Hello, everybody. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Let's get another message to see what it is that y'all need to hear at the moment. As always, take what resonates and discard the motherfucking rest. So, we did have a video, but Layla sat there and deleted the whole thing. So here we are. So obviously it wasn't meant to be. So yeah, let's just get the tea on you guys. Let's see what's happening behind the scenes. What are people talking about? Because people running their mouth. You also have people missing you right now real bad, okay? You have people trying to manifest you. That's the tea on you. People are talking about this as well. So yeah, that's what's going on. You got a lot of talk, a lot of busybodies happening, a lot of people regretting how they treated you or how fast they treated a situation. That was the gist of the other reading, okay? But yeah, let's see what's going on. What's the tea on the collective? Let's see. We have Aquarius, we have the fourth house, and we have Mercury. So you guys are ones to speak your fucking mind, period. Okay? You'll tell it like it is. You also have some sort of unexpected income, or people are very like shocked at your income. Okay. Yeah. People are talking about your money. You could have people pocket watching you. Yeah. Community here. There's definitely talk about some sort of unexpected money that you've been getting or that you have gotten or a job that you've gotten. That's the tea. They're talking about it. People are definitely talking about how you speak your mind, how you don't really give a shit. Okay, you're going to tell people the truth, period. So if you don't want to hear the truth, don't come towards the collective, okay? The third house and Libra here too with the sun. You're happy. You're happy, okay? You're balanced. That's the tea. You have a lot of monitoring spirits around you, okay? Definitely a lot of talk, a lot of gossip. Fifth house, you're doing what you're passionate about, or you seem like you have more life to you lately, like you're okay. Well, this is what came up in the last read. All right, so I guess this is going to be the tea. You're rejecting certain partnerships, relationships. The fourth house, you're creating a happy home, but you're doing it yourself. There's a lot of people feeling rejected by you. There's a lot of people that are manifesting you or trying to manifest you at the moment, but you are not giving them nothing. If anything, you're adverting your energy to something else or you're using that energy to your benefit. This is unexpected. I feel like your rejection of people is unexpected. Somebody thought that you would never ever reject them or that you would never ever not give them a chance. And people are talking about this. There's definitely a group of people talking about you collective behind the scenes, you know? And they're talking about the fact that you know new friends. You're not given second chances. Like you're focused on you. You're maybe even in a happy connection right now. Like there's just a lot of yeah, they've moved on. And you got people that are trying to attach themselves to you, manifest you. And you're calling judgment, spirit's calling judgment on the whole thing. Okay, I don't know if people are talking about this, how somebody wants you or they can't get over you and you want nothing to do with them and this and that. And there's talk. There's definitely talk because this came out in the last read. And I wasn't going to do that topic again, but here we are. We have the North Node. Yeah, you're standing on fucking business. And then we have Gemini energy, period. And you're not afraid to say it. You're not afraid to say it. Purpose, maturing. You've matured. Definitely. In your communication style, in your thinking style, in your intelligence, people are like the tea is that you've really matured mentally. Okay, you got your shit together. You're on top of fucking business. Okay, you're getting shit done. Like you're straight to the point. It's A to B. There's no in between ad stops. There's none of that. So you're being very blunt. Okay, that's the T on you is you're blunt. You're gonna say it and you're gonna mean what you say and you're gonna articulate what you want and what you mean very well. Okay? Period. So and you're not afraid to tell a motherfucker, listen, no. listen, no, I don't know what you think this is, a revolving door, but it ain't no revolving door. The chance has gone and came and passed. So you might be, some of your rejections of people, especially if you're telling people how it is. Like, listen, no, you're not for me. I don't like this. I don't like that. I do like this. I do like that. You're just upfront, honest, and authentic, and it's got people feeling some type of way. Saturn in reverse. Well, this karma, Aquarius. These are people who have not matured. Okay, there's you could have North Node in Gemini. You don't have to, but we have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius out here. So heavy air. So the T on you is that you're on a lot of people's fucking minds. You're on a lot of people's tongues and rolling off and out of their mouths. Okay. There's also talk, and the T on you is that you have definitely, like, you seem like you're far ahead, or you've matured a lot more than these people that are talking about you, or these people that want you back or want back in your life. There's something here like that. Like, you've just evolved miles ahead of the people that you've left behind, or the people that feel rejected by you. There's something here about you outsmarting and outwitting people, or they feel outwitted and outsmarted by you. Okay, I kind of want to see with this Aquarius. Yeah, here's the 11, and we have Aquarius there, but we have Saturn in reverse here. So there's a level of immaturity, or somebody who's not disciplined. Yeah, Pisces energy. This is their feelings. Okay, so this is emotional maturity. So there are people, the T on you is that you're not dealing with people who have zero emotional maturity, with Pisces and Cancer here. Okay. You could have been somebody who was heavily in your emotions before. You could have been somebody who, really, moon, love and moon with feelings and empowerment. Like, you could have been somebody who was very in your feels, very emotionally reactive, maybe even emotionally impulsive. You ain't like that no more. People are talking about how you really have buckled down, and now you seem more logical. I'm not saying that you don't have like a good and loving heart, but you're definitely not as emotionally impulsive or reckless like you think. Like, you got your emotions on lockdown, and inadvertently, like, I feel like these people used to kind of make fun of you for that, and now somehow, some way, they feel like they're emotionally reactive or very emotionally immature. So the T on you is that you really buckled down and gained some sort of emotional maturity. You really loaded and locked and loaded the way how you like articulate yourself and articulate your emotions. And it's making people feel emotionally vulnerable or emotionally immature. Yeah. So people feel like you're leaps and bounds ahead of them when it comes to personal development or character development, and that's the T. Neptune in reverse, you're no longer falling for bullshit type of relationship. See, this is the thing, though, too. You were somebody who wore your heart on your sleeve. You're a lot more cold. I wouldn't even want to say cold, detached. You're a lot more detached from people. You probably before used to make people your whole fucking world. Like, yeah, you're awesome. You're this. I love, and pour a bunch of love into people. You're no longer falling for illusions. That's the T. Okay, for that pipe dream, for the potential. You're no longer falling for potential. You either show me what you are and who you are up front. I ain't going to get in my imagination. I am not going to see and pretend that you are something you're not, which could have been something you did in the past. You really bossed up, collective. That's the T on you. You're not falling for the facade of people and what they could be. Okay, you're taking people at face value. I feel like this is what that is, and that's the T on you currently. Yeah, the Hierophant and justice. You're balanced. You're very well balanced. You're very fair. You're being fair. Okay, Hierophant talks about contracts. It also, well, the justice does, but there's also a level of like you're taking people at face value.
Looking for income that never sleeps? This project makes it a reality. Launched with support from Canadian government institution.
With the 7th house in reverse, Neptune in reverse, you're no longer getting trumped. Okay? You're a lot more fair and balanced with yourself. You're also, the T on you is you're serving some sort of justice by emotionally being withdrawn. There's something here. Like, you're a lot more stern, it feels. Or just like, loving yourself, bitch. Like, I love me more, bitch. Like, that type of shit. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, no. And this is somehow, some way, serving some sort of karma or justice. Like, you're very fair. You have a very, and you're wise too. Again, with this North Node, Destiny, and Gemini energy, like you've got wisdom under your belt to not fall for potential, and that's the T. And you ain't afraid to say it, honey. You're not afraid to say it. Like before, you could have been afraid. I can't say no. To say no, like you were afraid of saying no before, but now, like it gets you. It's like you ain't afraid. I also was getting that in the last reading, the Knight of Swords in reverse. Like you are not afraid to say shit, to ask the right questions, to say some shit. Okay, you're not afraid at all. And I feel like the T on you is you're a lot more level-headed. Like you're a lot more, Queen of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Two of Cups. See? Falling for shit. 7 of Cups. There's that Neptune energy. 2 of Cups and the King of Wands. You're not falling for illusions, pipe dreams, fantasies. Like, if that doesn't work, let me try a million other options that might work. 2 of Cups. Like, you're leading the way in some way with this King of Wands. Like, you're taking action. We also have this Queen of Pentacles. So you could be the Queen of Pentacles or the King of Wands. But either way, you're taking ownership and you're taking leadership in your own life with your own thinking style and your own communication. Like, you're just like the T here is you are taking people at face value. Yeah. You're looking at their actions, not their words. You're looking at where are they at right now, not where they could be. And that's the T, honey. The T here is that you got options as well. With the 7 of Cups, 2 of Cups, and the King of Wands, like you know what you want and you're going after it. The 6 of Wands, Saturn in reverse, Cancer energy and Pisces. There's Cancer energy. There's the feelings. Okay, you successfully overcome and matured emotionally. Yeah, and it looks really fucking good on you, bitch. Let me tell you that like confidence, that communication style, that bluntness and honesty, bitch, it is sexy. And that whole, I'm gonna call it out what it is and where it is. Sexy. Definitely. Okay. Like I said, the T here is you really successfully overcome this moon energy, these feelings, this facade people like to throw up in your face, like just to, like you've come into your own here, especially when it comes to your partnerships, your relationships with people. Like it doesn't even have to be romantic, although that certainly is in the mix here. This is friendships. Like you're a no bullshitter, take no shit, show me who you are once or twice, that's it. Like, and at the most, the T here is that you'll give people like 1-2 chances because people make mistakes. But bitch, that's what I was getting today too. Is, people make mistakes, yes, but as soon as they start repeating those mistakes, it's a choice. Yes, if you're healing, you're trying to become a better person, the mistakes can happen once or twice. 3 times, it's looking more like a choice, So you ain't here for it. You're no cutthroat, very cutthroat, very got your emotions in the wraps. Like the T here is it don't matter how much they care about you. if you ain't showing up how they need you to show up, or if you're not showing up how you say you're going to show up, it's a wrap. It's not going to happen. Don't be floating the boat. Don't be trying to project no illusions here either. What's that 7 of Cups? Like, what do?
Buying a shipping container? I bet you can't see it first. Neither can the seller. Did you know that most companies in our industry selling these products don't actually own the inventory? One of the biggest differentiators for Spaces is that all of the equipment is owned by us prior to being delivered to the actual customer. Coming to our facility does one of a number of things. It allows customers who maybe haven't seen a shipping container up close before be able to do a visual inspection. So they get a feel for the size, the depth, the height. They can inspect the unit, essentially just make sure that what it is that they envision is in fact going to be what they receive.
Can you please just hear me out? No, all work management platforms are the same. Monday.com is the one you'll actually love to use. It lets you set up your workflows yourself. No admin, no long approval process. You're in charge. Did you see the dashboards? They update in real time from your team's day to day, so you're always in control. No freaking way. I don't have to put the data in myself. Are you for real? Monday.com handles all the boring stuff, so you can focus on what really matters. You know what?
YouTube, you have too many fucking advertisements. Holy fuck.
Oh, the 9 of Swords. Yeah, no fear. See? You ain't afraid, honey. Like, you're not afraid to tell them how it is. That's, I told you. I'm not afraid to take a stand. Everybody. So you're not afraid anymore. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles, you lack nothing. And before you could have, like, maybe really cared about what people thought. Like, you don't care. That's the tea, bitch. You don't care. You've really matured. And you're very successful from it. It's bringing some sort of balance and justice. Like, damn. Like, really? Like, this is true powerhouse energy. The tea right now is that you are a true powerhouse. Like all the way boss ass motherfucker. Man or woman, don't matter. Knowing who is for you and who is not. That's right. You know now who is for you and who ain't. And you ain't going to sit here and ponder or give people a million chances with that 7 of Cups. You're not afraid to tell it how it is. Yeah, this ain't working for me. Nah. Like, that's the tea. Like, before, you could have given people a million chances. Believed in their potential. You know? Believed in the fantasy you created in your head about them, that they're going to be this wonderful person, and they never showed any signs of becoming that wonderful person. Family members, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends don't matter. Side pieces don't fucking matter. You've really grown up. That's the tea here. Having the courage and showing bravery to apologize for the wrongdoings you may have caused. So we're going to see the tea about that. Analyzing others' communication, gaining awareness of character. Exactly. So these are people that ain't sorry. They don't show no courage or bravery to apologize. See, this is character. You value character. People who know they and have the awareness that they've done something wrong, and they're going to own up to that shit. So you're expecting you out of other people now. You're hold standards. That's the tea. You got some fucking standards. Period. Like, you can either own up instead of doing this side around bullshit, ring around the rosy. It ain't happening. Okay? Balancing your fears and worries and worried about having to juggle. So you balance your fears and worries. This is this. Okay? 7, you know who is for you and who isn't. With that, before you could have been afraid to let people go. Afraid to cut them off. Like, what if I don't find better? Or like, I've known this person for a very long time. Not no more. Not no more. Hell no. Deadheaded. When you deadhead a flower, a new one grows back. Yeah. That's just like what you're doing right now. Deadheading. Okay. Surprise attacks and having to defend yourself. Let's see the tea. So these people are mad. Okay. Success in creative adventures. See? Success. Because you've overcome some sort of emotions, or you're channeling your emotions in something. Okay? You're doing something creative here, and that's the tea on you. We also have trickster spirit coming through. Strong stature and spiritual gifts that can't go unnoticed. Success in creative ventures. That's the T. What's that trickster spirit about? Well, people are hearing stories about you. See, trickster, hidden sexual fantasies, okay, and amazing creative ideas. Success in creative ventures. So people are creating stories. There's some sort of trickster energy going on. All right, that's the T on you. People are hearing stories about some sort of like hidden sexual fantasy. See, here it is, 7th house and the Neptune in reverse. Hidden sexual fantasies, fantasy. We've been talking about it this whole time. 9 of Swords in reverse and the King of Wands taking the lead. Not afraid to stand up and set the record straight. So there's some sort of trickster energy going on. That's the T. People are hearing stories about something. All right. We're going to see what that's about. But there's no tricking you. Like a trickster spirit, these are people with incubus, succubus type energy. There's no trickster spirit. Okay. And this is that people are hearing stories, strong stature and spiritual gifts that can't go unnoticed. That's that trickster spirit. You can't fucking trick me into nothing. King of Wands, exactly. I was looking over here. North Node, Gemini. You can't trick me into shit. 2 of Cups with what? You're going to try and trick me sexual fantasy. This fantasy that, no, there ain't no fantasy. That's the T. You're not falling for fantasy. You're falling for facts. Period. You've gotten very logical over the years. And it's not even logical. Yes, you do have a fantasy side. Yes, you do have a magical side. But bitch, in it, you're putting it all in the right categories. You're not putting it in other people. You're putting it in your creative ventures. Like you're getting imaginative, but you're doing it and creative, but you're not doing it with other people. Projecting this fantasy or this like crazy relationship or these like awesome friendships that aren't awesome at all. So you're placing your imagination where it belongs instead of distorting it and placing it upon other people and putting them on a pedestal where you're down here and they're up there. Nah, you've redirected your imagination and your creative energy to not put it on other people, but instead put it back on yourself. And in doing so, you've gained a lot of emotional maturity and you've gained a lot of mental stability. So knowing who is for you and who is not. The Tower. Boom. You ain't afraid. Queen of Wands. Very confident to end the fucking thing. Look at 2 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. Ending. Yeah, this ain't for me. Queen of Wands. Tower. And you're very confident in doing so. That's the T. Listen, they will tell you how it is. Tower. And they ain't afraid to drop the bombs. And you look good doing it. You're very confident doing it. Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, 10 of Swords. Like, you want to do that? I don't know. 4 Cups, I'm going to zoop my emotions right out of there. It's like the T is you can detach like this. Like, once somebody betrays that emotional softness that you have, it's gone. You know how to retract that shit. You know who deserves that emotional side, the soft side of you, and who deserves the intellectual cutthroat side of you. Okay? You protect your heart. So this is your shadow coming in, and this is a very balanced shadow because it protects your motherfucking light. So you're very balanced. That's the T. Having the courage and bravery to apologize for things that they may have done. What did I say? Ace of Cups or the Page of Cups in reverse is an apology card. Okay, when it shows up in reverse, this is somebody who doesn't know how to own up. This is emotional immaturity. Saturn in reverse with this Cancer Pisces energy is emotional immaturity. Page of Cups in reverse, what I told you earlier. You're only dealing with people who have like bravery and the awareness and the courage and to set aside their ego. With the High Priestess, this is something that's keeping them to themselves. You're not going to sit there and just have somebody or you read somebody's mind. If they're sorry, they need to express that. If they know they were wrong, they need to express that. You're no longer, going to sit here and read people's minds or intuitively know that they're sorry, but they're not showing or saying anything to show or indicate that they're sorry. There's no awareness there. There's no, you're not dealing with the emotional immaturity of people who can't own up to their mistakes or own up and say sorry for things. You're not doing it. That's the T. Okay, if you can't own up to your own mistakes because you're somebody who really owns up to their own shit, you call yourself out, you stand on business, you're very accountable, you have integrity. So you're going to apologize when you're in the wrong, okay? Or if you hurt somebody's feelings, you're going to own up, you're going to put your ego aside, and you're going to apologize for that. Okay, you're going to get on the same page with people. So you kind of expect that in return. So the T right here is that you're not really dealing with people who don't have the courage or the bravery or the awareness to apologize for their own or their own like doings onto others. Okay, if they can't man up or woman up and apologize for hurting people or hurting somebody or hurting you, then you want nothing to do with it. It's called emotional accountability. And if they don't have it, you're not dealing with it. Okay, that's the T. Knowing who is for you and who is not, tower. If you can't own up to yourself and own up to your own mistakes or apologize instead of blame shifting, like, oh, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. No. We ain't doing that half-ass apology bullshit. Okay, we're not doing that here. All right, so you're somebody who's you got integrity. Okay. Analyzing others' communication to gain awareness of their character. Eight of Pentacles. This is something that you've worked on for a very long time. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. All right. You've mastered the analyzation of other people's communication styles. You've also mastered to tell their true character. Okay. This is something that you've learned over time and you've practiced it until you've mastered it. So you're a master at being able to analyze the communication of other people. See, not showing bravery, can't even apologize for their wrongdoings. Hell no. So you've mastered the awareness of other people's character through their communication style, what they're going to admit, what they're going to apologize for, how they apologize, things like this. You can read people like a book. That's the T, is that you can read a motherfucker like a book. There's that communication style. You analyze people's communication. You analyze their thinking patterns, their communication styles, how they apologize, what they say, how they talk about other people, how they talk about you, how they talk about themselves. You account for all of this. And you know who is for you and who is not for you. Period. And you're not sitting here, imagining, oh, well, they could become a better person. No, that's who they are. They haven't shown any improvement. So that's just not for me. It's okay. And that's okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that's okay. That person ain't for you. All right, cool. And we keep it pushing. We keep it moving. So balancing your fears and worries. Ace of Cups. This is you loving yourself. Okay. King of Cups, Ace of Cups. This is you with emotional maturity and loving yourself. Again, success in conquering the emotions, no longer emotionally reactive, balancing your fears and worries, right? King of Cups and Ace of Cups is somebody who loves themselves and is very emotionally mature, balanced, emotionally balanced, very deep emotions. Okay? Layla, come here. And you've balanced your fears and your worries. Nine of Swords in reverse, North Node and Gemini. You have successfully done this. You're no longer worried about somebody not being able to live up to their potential or the potential that you place upon them. You're not doing that. Okay. You've balanced out your worries and your fears. All right. So you're going to cut someone off if they're not equipped. All right. Surprise attacks and having to defend yourself. What's this? Page of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles. So this is like Seven of Swords. There's lies. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, not being able to apologize. Okay. Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. Surprise attacks and having to defend yourself. Page of Pentacles. These are people that want, so the T on you is you don't have to defend yourself. Your character, your integrity, your communication style, who you are as a person, how mature you are, how you handle situations speaks for you. It speaks volumes. You're not going to sit there and defend yourself and offer up something to these people that just want to lie, cheat, steal, envious, jealous. Layla, come here. People that are hearing stories about you. Okay? Your spiritual gifts and strong stature can't go unnoticed. Why would you sit there and defend yourself against lies? The tea on you is that you ain't gonna defend no fucking lie. Period. You don't need to defend no lie. All right. Anyways, you're not gonna defend yourself with petty lies. People that are jealous and trying to make up stories about you and shit like that. That's the tea. So you're not sitting there and defending nothing, because why would you do that? It ain't true, so period. You're not going to bother with it. And that's the emotional maturity that you have. Okay, and these people don't even have the courage or the strength to apologize for the wrongdoings that they did, the stories they made up, the lies they made up, you know, the surprise attacks and all of this, like through jealousy and all of that. You're not going to sit there and defend yourself. Judgment. Okay, people's judgments and stuff like that. That's the tea. The truth will always show itself. So you're not going to sit there and defend their lies, and you're also not afraid. You've balanced your fears, you've balanced your worries, and that's that. Strong stature. King of Wands. Again, the King of Wands and judgment in reverse. People's negative judgments. Justice. It's not going to work. These illusions, the illusions and stuff like that. Okay, justice. King of Wands is over here. Nine of Swords in reverse. The Two of Cups. The truth is always going to put itself out. Like, these negative judgments, people are hearing stories, negative judgments about you, okay? But your strong stature, these, like, hidden sexual fantasies and wanting you, like, this over here. With this Five of Swords and Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, lies, negative judgments and lies. Why are you going to defend a lie? That's the tea. You ain't afraid either. Go ahead. Say some shit. Say some shit. I dare you. And you know what? Those are those illusions too. Okay, that people are trying to place upon you. Like, listen, these are exes that are trying to lie about you. Eight of Swords. Okay? And they can't even say sorry for it. So this is like a past energy. Knowing who is for you and who is not. You're going to run your mouth and say a bunch of lies and then expect me to have to defend myself against your lies. That's the tea. You ain't doing it. So people are talking about how people are lying on you and you ain't doing shit about it. You're not doing a damn thing about it because you don't have to. You don't care. It's a lie, and why would you have to defend that? Like, listen, you know who you are. You know your integrity. You know your character. You're not going to sit there and defend yourself against these people who have, like, and you've ripped the fantasy. You've ripped the potential right off of them. Okay, you look at people for where they are and who they are as a character, analyzing and their communication styles. They're spreading lies and rumors and expecting you to defend yourself and then can't even apologize for it, knowing who is for you and who is not. You're not going to, and you've mastered this. You know, you have a lot of awareness of what people say, how they're going to say it, and their character too. You've mastered that. So you're no longer, like I said, this whole reading, you're no longer meeting people at their potential, like trying to meet people for their potential. You're meeting people where they're at and their character of where they're at. And that's the tea. Four of Wands and the Moon. You've successfully, you've successfully over Six of Wands. Like, I'm telling you, you have successfully overcome. This is such a big karmic thing too for you. Like, you are no longer, like, you're not, okay, well, yeah, you said this, you can become a better person. No, they show you who they are once, twice, that's enough. You're not giving those 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chances. Hell no. So you've mastered this. Hierophant, yeah, and the Queen of Cups. You have the wisdom now. This is the tea. And not only that, but you serve justice. You serve it on a gold platter. Damn, collective. That's some shit. That's the tea. All right? People are sad about it, bitch. People are sad about it. Because, listen, it is what it is. And you know what? They get butthurt about it because you're revealing your true character, but at the same time, you're also revealing their shitty character and who they really are. So it's like a win-win. It's a fucking win-win. Anyways, if that resonated with y'all, hit up the motherfucking like button. Also, don't forget, subscribe to the motherfucking Vibe Tribe. And I'll see you guys.
Collective. Today, the message feels very, very immediate. It feels very powerful, and it feels like it is channeling through me like a freight train right now. So we're going to get right into this. This is what I keep hearing. We're getting right into this. So, as you can see from the title of this video, normally this doesn't happen either. The title came through to me immediately. Deep tension is bubbling. A mighty roar will awaken the world. So I've been out in the world a little bit today, and this energy has been following through like a thread of sacred rage, social tension, this unrest, and this need to express this building energy through the voice, through communication. I took instantly for my the stones that I felt called to here, my blue kyanite here, which is the throat chakra. It's about speaking clearly, not holding back your truth, and tiger iron here. Tiger iron, which is a very grounding root chakra stone here. Promotes self-healing, personal power, strength, stamina, focused will, and mental clarity. It's great for empaths and awakens your inner warrior. So I felt called to these two stones here today specifically, and I feel I'm holding the tiger iron especially. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, are very significant here. I was hearing Wicked and The Wizard of Oz, so the themes in those movies, the character dynamics, the character arcs, the just storylines in general of these could be very significant for you. Courage and discernment.
Looking for income that never sleeps? This project makes it a reality. Launched with support from Canadian government institutions.
I also got 2 pens. 2 stories are being written at the same time. And I got from that you could be in a situation here where you are writing a story, you know your story, and your story is the truth. Because I wrote one of these stories is raw and real, and the other looks good, but deceives. So there may be another story, whether within yourself or within somebody else, or a group of people, or a system even, maybe it's society as a whole is writing a story that looks good, but it's deceptive. It's not the full truth. And it's like these 2 stories are competing for dominance, but underneath it, and I wrote race to the finish as well, whatever this finish line is, but underneath these 2 storylines, the one that comes from truth, from integrity, from courage, discernment, will be the one that is the mighty roar that will awaken the world. So that's what I had written down here in front of me. We're going to get into this because I'm super interested. I'm so intrigued to find out. I bought even more new tarot decks and oracle decks here. I haven't even used them yet. Like this is how fast the message is coming. So I'm excited to get into this and see what wants to come through. Okay, Spirit, which deck do we want to pull from first here to get going?
Excuse me.
I'm feeling called to the
I am lying.
Let's go
Hear
to
me
Sacred
roar.
Forest first here. This is new for me. And I want to find out here more about what's going on so we can center into what this collective needs to know about this very, very interesting situation. The interesting part about this too is that this energy feels like it's very immediate. It feels like it's very pertinent, if that's the word, almost urgent. Like it could almost be perceived as an urgency, but it's not the same kind of anxious urgency or pressure that comes from the ego or feeling like something needs to happen. It's like, it's just a sense of seriousness and responsibility that is divinely orchestrated. It feels like being on the precipice of something very big that's happening, but knowing that it will reveal itself and it will express itself in a divinely orchestrated way rather than you trying to make something happen here. Because that's what the lion is about as well. When I wrote down courage and discernment, sometimes we can think, if there's a situation that requires courage or requires power or requires some kind of truth telling or some kind of communication or some kind of expression that could seem that could cause people to see the truth of a situation, or that could feel very intimidating. Where was I? Something's trying to throw you off of this. Something's trying to throw you off this power, this courage here. It's like this courage is not necessarily about just like digging in all the way and just going after it and just like roar like a lion, like throwing it all out there right off the bat, because I still feel like there's this discernment that's needed here. Rather than acting impulsively or recklessly, this is about, and we're in Virgo season as well, I'm making this reading, there's this need to kind of have everything laid out before you. Take your time, allow yourself to see clearly, to plot your course, not to necessarily jump at anything, but to allow the pieces to come. But I feel like it's happening quickly. Like it's like a train picking up speed. Like I said, a freight train. You're carrying something really important. There's some kind of threshold, some kind of tipping point that you are moving over right now, that you are crossing. And it's going to like, I'm just seeing things being like magnetized to you and through you. It'll almost feel like you are channeling something. Like it won't feel like your normal day to day, where maybe in the past you've tried to make things happen. Like again, it's going to come through you here. So be like the lion here, where you're discerning, you're watchful, and then strike when you know spirit is demanding it, and when it feels like it's open in the channel. Okay. Yes. Bear spirit, healing. So bears, right? That came up as well here. Bear spirit, healing. And forest temple, enlightenment. Okay, wow. Okay, so I feel from these cards, like with bear spirit here, bears talk often about like hibernation. They talk about needing to replenish in solitary spaces. Kind of going into the cave, I guess, going into like that winter cave and replenishing, spending time reflecting, and also being in a very grounded state. Again, root chakra. Spending time healing, rejuvenating from the battle, because I feel with this collective, like, you know, deep tensions bubbling, a mighty roar. It's like you are not somebody who is not aware of what battle is like you have been through it before. So with bear spirit here, it's like, I feel also bears, you know, we see them in this roaring grizzly bear attack kind of thing a lot in society. Like it's sensationalized in that way, but often bears are doing the same thing lions are doing. These big beasts, tigers as well, are often waiting for the right time to strike, or not even waiting for the right time to strike, but when danger arrives, or when something arrives that requires them to activate their power, they're ready for it. It's like the warrior who does all the training, right? You do all this training, not because you're using that training to just go out and cause a ruckus or cause a scene or go fight somebody for the sake of it. You're training because you are ready to defend. You are ready to hold your ground. You are ready when the time is necessary for this. So this is what this feels like. It feels like you've known this tension is bubbling, or you've been able to feel this tension bubbling. The collective is feeling this tension bubbling, right? I was getting a very like Saturn and Aries, this sacred rage, Saturn and Aries, like Neptune and Aries. I'm not sure if they're retrograde back into Pisces, but anyway, that energy is very, very felt in the world right now. There's a bubbling, right? And it's like, these transits, these influences are calling us to learn the discipline of the warrior, right? The discipline of being able to hold space for that tension and hold that tension within our vessel. And when the time is right, it's like allowing yourself to take the best appropriate action, right? Aries is about action. It's about just instinctual action as well, but knowing how to channel that instinctual action into something that's actually going to precisely and properly transform something for the better. So yeah, you're like in your forest temple here. You've done the work to enlighten. 4 and 19 are significant. You've done the work where you are doing this soul work, and you are in your temple, you are in your sanctuary, you are the bear, And it's like, I feel that this bear is like awakening. It's coming to this time where you are about to awaken. So Spirit, where should we go next here? Where should we go? I want to pull from Cries of the Souls Oracle. This is a super interesting deck I saw today. Very Scorpio, very Scorpio, like fall energy to it, I feel. And it kind of goes into the darker aspects of things. So I kind of want to get here, what does this tension have to do with for this collective specifically? Like, what is involved here with this tension and this release? What is this? Because I feel the forest, sacred forest here gave us where you're at now and kind of where you've come from, but where are we? Like, what is this? What is this? The catalyst of this, I guess. Like, what is this energy? What is this tension? Why are we feeling this? Why are we feeling this sort of premonition that something is about to release and really awaken powerfully? Inner pain. Toxic relationships. What else are these here? Okay, interesting. Okay, so the main energy that I have here for why, we have inner pain. I confidently embrace my internal torment. Okay, so immediately off the bat, this collective tension, or this tension that we're feeling individually as well within this collective, is a manifestation of inner pain that has been building up for a lot of people for generations. And as this world is awakening spiritually, as we are going through these great mass awakenings, part of it is embracing that pain and seeing it for what it is. So this is what is unfolding here. People are starting to actually see the pain rather than repress it. It's starting to rise to the surface, and people are needing to learn. And whoever I'm speaking to, I feel like you have already kind of gotten a head start on this process compared to most people, where the world is going to need people who are able to teach them how to honor this pain, how to honor what is within them, how to work with it, how to see it, and how to allow it, and how to allow that tension and that anger, that rage, that sadness to be energy that allows us to be a catalyst for change, because that's what these energies are at the end of the day. Negative emotions are information, it's data that allows us to make proper changes that align with a higher reality for everybody involved. So this is what's happening here collectively. Toxic relationships on the bottom of the deck as the underlying energy. I create positive relationship foundations with myself and other people. So this is also a manifestation of the toxicity, not only in, us as individuals, but the toxic relationships that are manifesting and showing themselves, and people are now we're seeing clearly. Like, look at how much information now is online about things like narcissism, for example. That's just a world that I've been in and that I didn't know about for a long time, but we're seeing how common it actually is. And we're seeing how commonly people have just allowed themselves to be in toxic relationship patterns because it's just been normalized by society and by humanity. Like, as a species, like, this is deep, this is primal, spiritual, primal and spiritual. It encompasses the whole thing. So a lot of people are dealing with toxic relationships. A lot of people are coming to terms with and realizing the toxic patterns that they engage in with others. And it's just coming to a boiling point. It's like, we can't continue. It's not sustainable. Injustice, impatience, family loyalty. So a lot of family trauma coming up in the collective here, and maybe for you I'm speaking to, like a lot of family trauma where it's like, and even society trauma, our human family, right? Where it's like subscribing to, and like I was just saying, subscribing to and trying to conform to family systems, to social systems that are normalized for the sake of feeling like we belong to something, to have a functioning society, but that we are again realizing how much imbalance, injustice, toxicity, like hidden, covert abuse happens within the underneath, you know, in the name of family loyalty, in the name of social conformity. It's like we have so much, it's like the whole thing's breaking apart is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing just like tectonic plates moving apart, and like all of that magma, that fire, that just pain and steam and heat that is under the surface, just having finally this release point and this escape point where everything can just come out to be seen and dealt with. And yes, it's messy, and it's messy. It can feel dangerous. It's like destructive in a lot of ways, but it's needed. It's necessary. It's breaking apart. It's breaking open. The roar, right? It's like the roar of the pain. I wanted to say like weeping and gnashing of teeth. Interestingly, that's like a biblical reference, which I don't always bring up, but I heard it. Like the weeping and gnashing of teeth. Like it's almost like hell spilling over, like the inner hell that everybody has been experiencing for generations and holding in and repressing, the darkness, the shadow. It's rising up to be seen, to be felt, to be honored, and to be transmuted. And I feel the people I'm speaking to here, you that I'm speaking to, are here to be like a leader in this. You're here to be aware that this is about to happen, because this feels like a premonition for me. You're aware. You're being given this information because you can be trusted with it, and because you have done the work ahead of time, I feel, to be prepared to handle this on this planet. If you're noticing other people going through this right now, maybe for the first time, and they're not handling it in a way that feels maybe as balanced as you're used to for yourself, because you've had time to hone that, have patience here. And patience, right, with the Scorpion. Scorpio season feels very significant now. Interesting. Yes, Scorpio season is very significant. Okay, so this could be something I'm tapping into that's coming around like later October, early November. Like it feels like maybe this is going to be revealed, especially like after the eclipses, and then with Scorpio energy, it's like all that subconscious stuff coming up to be seen and dealt with, right? So that's maybe a timeline to pay attention in your own life. But I feel this is happening like almost like in staggered ways. Like I don't feel like this is necessarily happening all at once. It's almost like staggered for different areas and different like energetic groups and signatures like around the world. It's already happening. We're watching this happen, but I'm just feeling it really directly right now. And I feel that maybe you're about to feel this very directly in your vicinity. You're gonna notice people being really you're just going to notice this energy more prevalently, I feel, because it's part of your work here to sort through it and to see it and to honor it. Okay? Wow. That's big energy. And so patience is really important here. It's important that if you're also feeling triggered because you're holding some of this collective pain and some of your own darkness and trauma, because we're always healing that and we're always noticing shadows coming up at different times, or if you're feeling like tower moments coming on, inner tower moments in yourself or around others, remember to have patience and to be soft with yourself. And remember, with this family loyalty, you are yourself. It says, I am myself here. You are an individual, so always remember that. It's important not to get sucked into feeling responsible for other people's energy, because every person here has a responsibility to deal with their piece of this. It's a collective thing, right? Every person has the responsibility to deal with their piece of it, but nothing more than that, right? You can help and you can support by being in your truth and doing your part for yourself, knowing it's contributing to the collective, but not taking on other people's, right? I do. I feel that all of this hyper codependency, enmeshment, narcissism, I feel it's really coming up to the surface. Like people are really seeing it. And I've seen this happen in my own life, that when you make boundaries, these energies sometimes, if they start to feel panicked in having to handle this, if they've never had to handle it before, right? Because that's part of awakening, is these shadows, these energies like fear and guilt and shame will come up to the surface, anger, that it's really uncomfortable. I've noticed there are some people who will try to use you, especially if you're empathic, they will use, and you're used to holding capacity for emotions, they will try to use you as like a host. They will try to use you as a like receptacle for their own energy, and they'll try to put it on you through, you know, different behaviors, manipulation, gaslighting. Sometimes it's even subconscious, though. Sometimes it's not overt or consciously manipulative or malicious. Sometimes it's just people genuinely don't know how, and they'll try to cling to you. But you have to remain strong here. You have to remain the lion. Yes, you can be a leader. Yes, you can be a teacher. Yes, you can be an example, but don't let yourself take it on. Be strong, be firm. Okay? Wow. Okay. I'm feeling so much energy in the right side of my body too, like my right arm. I was feeling chills up the right side of my body earlier. The masculine side of you might be coming online here. This might be a lot of like masculine trauma coming up. A lot of like, again, both the energies, the masculine and the feminine, like a lot of this rage and a lot of this emotion is feminine in nature, but it's like the masculine is being activated here within you, like the divine masculine, to be a container, to hold space, to protect, to witness this. Because I feel like, again, the masculinity in this world right now in general is very toxic and very immature, and it's going to do things that are very irrational and very of the darkness, like confusing, just causing more division, etc. So don't fall for that. Don't allow yourself to get sucked into that. Use your masculine energy, regardless of gender, use your masculine energy to protect your feminine energy and to direct your energy in a way that is healing and that stands in truth firmly. Okay. Beautiful. So let's move on. Okay, I want to get the opportunity and the challenge here. Opportunity and challenge spirit. Where do we want to go here? I want to go with actually, I'm going to use the new deck as well. The Wisdom Keepers Oracle deck and Inner Guidebook. Whoa, that was scary. I just got scared, y'all. So this could feel like it's coming out of nowhere. It could be a surprise. It could like shock you maybe in some instances. Just be prepared for that. Again, like there could be some big expression, like I just screamed like that. I don't always scream like that. Be prepared for things like that. Interesting. Come on, open it. Confirmation burp. Okay, yes. So some of you are going to experience some like, I'm getting like the lightning from the tower, right? The lightning that strikes the tower as it's crumbling. I don't get that you're necessarily in the tower. This is probably happening just around you, and you just might be feeling the reverberations of it. Again, those tectonic plates like spreading open, and like the earthquake and the like magma coming up, like that sort of all hell breaking loose. You don't need to be scared of this, because you are here as a witness to this. Like you are here to, you've already, I feel, gone through this and healed a lot of this, and so it's just up to you to hold space for this. But also, like, don't negate your own feelings either. Okay? Interesting. There's a protective film here on this. I've never seen this with a tarot deck. It's like peel off, protective film. So yeah, protective film. It's also a mirror. Super interesting. Your protective film at this time is going to be like being the mirror. Okay? That's what you are in this time. Look at my phone. You are the mirror. It's like you're here to mirror people's energy back to them, not to take it on yourself, not to be a host or a receptacle for energy, but to mirror it. It's like you are standing in your truth, and because of that, you are able to show people and reflect back to people directly what it is that they are dealing with in clarity rather than in confusion, right? Because if we don't have mirrors, sometimes we can't fully see what's going on within. It can be confusing, it can be hazy, but you are meant to be the teacher, the mirror. Where somebody's going through something, you're able to say immediately, I see you. I see what you're going through. I've been through that. This is how I dealt with it. And just holding space for that. You know what I'm. Okay. What's the opportunity here, Spirit, for this collective? These cards are massive. I love it. What's the opportunity for this collective here, Spirit, in this situation? The opportunity. The opportunity. Oh, interesting. Okay. Enrichment. Intuition.
For any Canadian who has felt that earning from the stock market was too complex.
What else? Acceptance. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take those two here. So, these are beautiful cards. We have enrichment and we have intuition. Interesting, these give me like the crown chakra and the heart chakra, which to me is very spiritual. It's very understanding, very compassionate. Interesting. Okay. So acceptance is the underlying energy here. Accepting what is, being present for this, right? What I was just saying, everything that you're feeling in this scenario is right. It's just about accepting and flowing with that. And you know how to do this. You've learned how to do this. You've trained yourself to do this. That part I was talking about earlier, the two stories is coming up here right now. These two. Okay, super interesting. All right. Okay. So what I'm getting also from this, I said crown, but my first instinct was root chakra. Because it can be kind of, it looks like red, but also kind of pinkish, like how the crown chakra is depicted sometimes, which is funny because these are like opposite. The crown is like the cosmic awareness. It's the portal to all of the cosmos. It's the portal to oneness. Whereas the root is like the complete individual physical vessel. It's like, it's the complete earthly boundary of the self. Two opposite opposing polarities, enrichment here. I feel like this could be alluding to the story that's being written in greater society, in this family system, these toxic relationships and groups of people that you're dealing with or that you're seeing, like whatever it's manifesting. I feel this could be alluding to the illusion that they are trying to create here. It's like the story they're writing. How do we explain this, because I can feel it, I can sense this energy, but how do I articulate it? Do you see how she's kind of giving like a side eye, sort of, and it almost is giving, for me at least, the way I'm seeing that, it's almost giving like a smugness, like it's almost giving like a I know better kind of vibe here. This expression can be perceived multiple ways, but in this context, it's almost giving like a I know better. So it's almost like people are going to want to double down on their egos. This other story that's being written, they're going to double down on the ego, on the surface story, the image they're trying to present. And it's like, it's almost like trying to present as being like, what is this? This is so interesting. It's like almost trying to present as being like the good guy, or being innocent, or being like really spiritual, connected. It's giving me like false prophet, like
Wow, Rain.
like spiritual narcissists as well.
You gotta turn this up a little bit.
People who use these concepts to act mightier than thou, and to act like they know the answers. Oh yes, that's more what it is. So regardless of that, because that can get into murky territory, that's a whole other subject. it's like, just in general, people are going to act like they know the answers, or you're going to have people coming forth who are acting like they know, or just trying to figure out the answers, when in all reality, it's like the consciousness they're actually operating from is still like a very base consciousness. It's like, it's very driven by fear and by survival, and it's like, it still doesn't really know what it's doing. Like, that's what's interesting. It's like I instinctually knew this was that, but I wanted to say it was crown, because it's like, that's what they're presenting. They're presenting that they know it. They have the answers. They're presenting that they have it together. But you can feel like the tension of the fear and the need for a security that they like can't find, that's bubbling up under the surface. And it's like, that root is, again, the earth, the tectonic plates, the foundations cracking open. And like, all hell's breaking loose within them, but they're acting on the surface and casting illusions. Yeah, this definitely has like such a just like shadowy, illusory Scorpio, like power dynamic. Dogs are barking, like aggressive even. All bark, no bite vibe. And like, that's something to be remembered here too. Like, within this anger, within this intimidation, within this brewing tension, like, this is what's really going on under the surface for most people. Even if they're acting on the surface, like, they're smug, they know it. Like, I don't need spirituality. I don't need something greater than me to save me. Like, I'm all I need kind of thing. Like, I know better. But under the surface, they're very afraid. They're very fearful. And deep down, it's like they're seeking. And that's why they have this ego, because it's protecting them. And that's why they're searching and seeking and causing all kinds of chaos, because they're seeking and looking desperately to try to find this solid ground that they can land on, that you have. Because the other story here, right, is intuition.
It took me 15 years to
look the heart, the center, right? Because the crown is up here, the root's down there, but what's in the center? The heart. It's the blending of the spiritual with the earthly. It's the understanding that we are primal beings who have all these feelings, right? The fear, the guilt, the shame, the need to be seen and validated, the need to be separate beings, to have a human experience, all of these messy things that we experience, right? But we also know we are one. And we also know that we receive guidance. We've accepted this. And we know that our intuition here at the heart, that feeling, that courage, right, is the perfect blend and balance of all of these intelligences coming together in one. It's the greater intelligence of the universe moving through you. So you even like, I'm getting like, you look like this. It's like, it's just a calm knowing. You know everything's going to be okay. You know this is all part of the greater plan. You know this is part of the alchemy. You know this is part of the transformation. It must happen in order for the universe to evolve, in order for humanity to evolve. And what's funny is that underneath this intuition, all these other cards came out here. Vitality, intimacy, realism, inspiration, and all of these faces. Look at all these faces, smiling, beautiful. Just, it's this same calm knowingness, right? And it all is embodied in your intuition and your inner knowing. So your story here that's being written is that story of intuition. It's raw, it's real. You've been through the muck, you've been through it all to know what's up kind of thing. And it's amalgamated into this sharp intuition that you have now because of that, because of your acceptance. And what I'm seeing here is it's also, you're able to also accept that this is what this like kind of illusion casting energy is also valid in its own way, and that story they're writing is just part of their journey, and you're able to see it for what it is, and you're able to deal with it accordingly. That's your opportunity here, is knowing this. These are the two stories being written, and being able to accept that two things can be true at once, right? Like your story is true and valid, and so is theirs. Their story is also true and valid. And they're running in parallel. And each has its beneficial nature to the story of the unfolding of this great theater, great play that is playing out on Earth, on the planet right now. And you know, the other night I had this event that I went to, and it's actually super interesting because the event was run by a friend of mine who's a psychiatrist, and she's been super interested and fascinated by the crossover between like creativity and sort of like spirituality, with like how it works psychologically, and with her creativity and her understanding of that. So we've been doing these events where like I'll go up on stage and she'll ask me questions to kind of initiate almost sort of what I'm doing right here, right? Like just talks about life and about creativity, but she also wants to center it on like a song or on a message, and then we perform the song. She's done this with multiple artists. And when we were doing this, we did this just together once, but we've also done it in front of audiences, and there's such a humongous difference between the magic here of when you're just doing it on your own versus like the spiritual energy that comes from having like a group of witnesses, even if they don't always fully understand what's going on, all of them, it's like that consciousness and that witness of two different roles is important. So like the witness and the ones being seen, it's this give and take, and we all play our role on this planet, right? And so that's what it reminded me of here. That's kind of my long roundabout way of saying like, these two stories are just as important, and to be witnessing each other in them, because it all is giving and contributing to the perspective that is needed, the greater perspective that's needed to create the new Earth. We need all of these players and all of these stories going on at once. It's so easy to label something as good or bad, or to jump into dualistic thinking and to try to move to one side of the pole, right? Or the other. But it's all needed in a transcendent way for the great mystery to unfold. Woo! That is big old energy, spirit. What the heck? So that's your opportunity. This like revving energy just picked up outside. It's like this hum. All the noise, like it's all needed, right? All acceptable. So yeah, that's your opportunity. I kind of want to get the challenge as well here. I don't even think I want to pull tarot necessarily. Like this is all really speaking very clearly here. Okay, let's pull from the same deck for the challenge. Is there a challenge here, Spirit? I feel like that's like the opportunity and the challenge in one. Like that's pretty universal and pretty like overarching. Challenge, revolution, and perseverance on the bottom of the deck. Wow.
Buying a shipping container? I bet you can't see it first, and neither can the seller. Did you know that most companies in our industry...
And revolution kind of came out in this package here as well with other cards under it. Underneath it is equilibrium, initiative, restraint. Wow. Wow. Okay. So revolution here, the throat chakra, blue. So taking what you know in your heart to be true here, and allowing that mighty roar, right? The roar doesn't necessarily have to be from this angry, guttural place, although it may come from that place when called for. This roar is like a roar of the heart, the roar of the lion, of courage. And everything that comes with that, the perseverance that takes to continually show up and speak that truth and express that truth and communicate that truth, that is the revolution that is taking place on this planet right now. I'm literally seeing this whole reading has that feeling to it. It very much is a revolutionary energy. And revolutions, you know, when we look back at history at what we consider to be these mass revolutions, we always see the peak of them, yeah? We see the point where like the kingdom was overthrown, or the people got their way, or like the tipping point of whatever, the government, you know, changing to the monarchy's overthrown to create democracy, etc. But we forget that like revolutions happen because of many small individual acts, and that the tipping point comes because of that building energy. So your part to play in this spiritual revolution is to speak your truth, to allow yourself to continue showing up and speaking that truth that comes through your intuition, through your heart, to not hold back, you know, to maintain your equilibrium here, to speak this peace and this feeling of equilibrium to the world, to maintain your energetic and like nervous system regulated equilibrium, right? To take the initiative to enact change through this in whatever way, because when we express things, when we speak things, behind that what often happens is we start to create things through that. Ideas come to us to actually take the initiative to set up new structures, to set up new ways of being. When we are able to communicate and come to a common understanding with each other, this allows us to find the equilibrium. And then restraint here as well, which is interesting because restraint with the throat chakra as well, it's like, isn't that so part of this? Isn't that so part of what I said at the beginning of this? It's not necessarily about, because the throat chakra here, right, it's about precision as well. It's about precision and it's about articulation. It is a refined center. It's one of the upper chakras. So while our lower energy centers, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, right, we have our more raw, intense emotions down there, right? Like this energy that we were talking about, what a lot of the world is feeling right now and facing. It's like the voice, when it rises to the heart and you're able to feel it in equilibrium and then speak it through the refinement of the voice, it is given voice and it's given a name and people are able to understand it. So what you are doing here is you are giving people an understanding of what this raw feeling they're going through is, because you've alchemized it, you've brought it up and you are articulating it. And the restraint part of that is in being able to articulate it in a way that is not falling into the same kind of, I guess, like unrefined or raw intensity that everybody else is experiencing, right? Because that's fine, we can express that. But your role here, I feel, is in knowing when to say things and when not to, knowing when it's time to speak and when it's time to listen, knowing when it's time through your intuition to deliver something versus when it's not the right timing yet. This is your challenge. And the underlying in all of this is to continue moving forward, the chariot, right? Perseverance, to persevere in your spiritual quest here of the heart, and in your courage, because this is what you came here to do. And this is what all of this journey you've been on so far has been building up to. So that is beautiful. That's beautiful, but that's an exciting challenge, right? That is the challenge of a lifetime. And it's not just like a detour challenge to just get through to get to the next thing. That is the challenge. I'm getting that this is like the purpose. This is the mission for all of us in our own unique ways here. Is that a spirit? Is that where we leave this message? I think it is. I think that's where we leave it. And I think it's just the closing message I want to say is just prepare yourself, get ready. But you already are ready. It's just about knowing you're ready. Knowing you're prepared for this. And knowing this is what you were born for. The curtain is about to, lift on the stage here. It's about to be showtime. And you're about to be seen fully in your purpose. The roar that will awaken the world. I love you so much. I'm going to leave it there. Take care, my beautiful collective. This is big. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Learn this, but I'll explain it to you in 5 minutes. I don't know how you...
Hello, Grand Risings Collective. Chelsea with the T, coming on to tap into the energy, okay? If it's for you, no. If not, let it go. Enjoy the show. Please always use discernment.
With over 2 billion monthly users, YouTube Ads makes it easy to expand your reach. Target.
Thank you so much to everybody who is part of my tribe here on my channel, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I only have one account on each, by the way, and I never reach out. Thank you so much, okay? If you're not already over on YouTube, please head on over there. You have access to all the content since I started and all the lives and everything that only happen on YouTube. You can act fearless. Ooh. The Fool paired with the Seven of Wands. What are you doing? This is a big leap of faith. This is exciting. I can feel it's bringing you freedom. I can feel the butterflies already. This is huge, whatever this is. This is like, for somebody who I'm talking to here, this is like taking everything and just moving like countries kind of energy. Now, I'm not saying it has to be, but this is a huge life change. The military could be significant for somebody. Now, the year 78 or 87 could be significant for somebody. Okay, yes, you're taking a leap of faith on something massive here. Some kind of a job offer that might take you somewhere in another part of the world is significant for somebody. And then that's paired with the fucking Emperor. Yeah, there's some kind of job, like a huge opportunity here that's going to bring you freedom. Six of Wands. I love this shit. This is good. 6, 7, 8. There's alignment here. Now we've got the King of Pentacles coming out, and it's kind of just showing that it's with it going underneath the Seven of Wands, like all the things that you have overcome to get to this point. Something about being very responsible and resourceful with whatever funds that you've had. You have proven to the divine that you are ready for some kind of massive influx, and they want to give it to you. This is a significant reading for somebody. This won't be everybody's reading. This is something that you've been striving for. This is a big opportunity. If you've been making the strides and the steps towards a specific opportunity that could take you to new heights, new countries, whatever that may be, whatever you're working on, whatever you've applied for, even in your own, if you're already working and there's some kind of an opportunity to, some kind of missionary work could be significant for some kind of job. It's about to be revealed to you. Oh my God. Nine of Wands, good job protecting yourself. There's something about always remembering who you are, and you will, no matter where you go. You're going to remember where you came from. Rounded down to earth energy. And this is your justice coming out of the cold. Love it. Ooh, this is huge. Don't doubt yourself. All right, this is huge for you. Whatever this is, okay? Ten of Pentacles. The Star. It's coming out sideways. And then with the Four of Cups in reverse, I feel like you're moving through this transition in your healing journey now, where you're ready to get up and to take action, to come out of hermit mode, so to speak. It's your time to shine, baby. It is your time to shine. It's time to pay off debts, okay? It's time for things to be put to rest. You're going somewhere where nobody can touch you again. Ever. Whether that's physically or spiritually, and that is the truth. Thank you, Spirit. 7, 9 of Pentacles underneath there. So, yeah. As I was saying, pretty fucking cool. Congrats. 454 on the clock. 1222 down. Yeah. Okay, let's do messages from the universe. We've done that a couple. got a couple new cards coming in, and I'm excited. They're not like Oracle decks or anything, but they're card game that have like descriptions and different stuff on them. I thought, well, heck, why not try those? I've seen another reader do something similar, and I thought that is perfect because, I mean, besides making your own, you know, there's only so much you can do, so it's nice to be able to switch things up and see what's happening. All right, if you frequently give yourself permission to doodle, wander, and be totally unprotected, and you actually relish in such interludes, I can guarantee you that your genius, creativity, and productivity will increase exponentially. And I feel like that's what you did during permanent mode. And you have really built yourself back up, and something big is about to come in. Now, it's taken a while, and I feel there were times where it wasn't happening, and you couldn't see why. You were in alignment now. You're going to know why. Because what comes to you, whatever you had around you, whatever was connected to you during those times would have completely spoiled whatever riches or advancement that you were about to receive. They had to be fully removed. Okay? That card says that through a different way. All right, don't worry. Everything that you've been waiting for is on its way, even if you can't see the progress yet. So much is happening behind the scenes for your creation of your dreams. Trust the process. Your time is coming. Everything is coming together for you, but you must meet the universe halfway. Hold only a bright and happy version of yourself with successful outcomes. You can do it. Okay? Don't allow yourself, your fears, or your insecurities to stand in your way. Keep your confidence, okay? Opportunities will soon be knocking at your door. Okay, debt will be wiped clean and your bills will be paid in full. Your finances are about to change, and this is your validation that things are finally beginning to work out for you. Get ready for unexpected breakthroughs, good news, and plot twists, because blessings are coming, baby. And why not? A chapter in your life is coming to an end, and rest assured that beautiful things are ahead in this next chapter. Let go of all things that are out of control to move forward. There are more beautiful things ahead than anything that you leave behind. Very, very cool. I mean, side note, somebody likes to be somebody, a lady or a guy, a lady or a gentleman in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. That's, I don't know why, that's significant. That just came to me, so there it is. Anyway, let's do it, Spirit. What do we want to do? Let's do what they think. Divine timing! It's time! Pocket watches could be significant, all right. Unfinished business. It's time to get things rolling. It's not over. Separating from everything and walking away, putting an ending to things that weren't good for you, throwing it in the trash, getting your rest. Okay, some of you might even live in like a basement apartment. That could be significant. You have wisdom. You have fucking talent. Oh, somebody here is about to be big, about to be a big deal. It's been an honor to read for you. Honestly, you've come so far. The shadow work that you've done, okay? Some of you overcoming addictions, alcohol, gambling, sex, drugs, whatever, smoking, whatever it may be. Good for you. Dropping codependencies. Your crown, your crown. Master, top level. Standing on business, wide awake. Moving in silence. Okay. Sun. And finances. So yeah. Paparazzi in the streets are significant. Some of you may actually become some kind of a celebrity. Thank you, Spirit. some chomps. Where's this leap of faith going to take the collective? Got a grenades. The military could be significant. Flamingos ×2. Highly significant. An area where there are flamingos is significant. Somewhere where it's warm. Now, you either live there now or you may be going there. Something about a military museum is significant. All right. A very starry night sky and a quarter moon is significant. Somebody could be Jewish. We've got reindeer, Christmas time, Rudolph leading the way, Capricorn energy. Something about, propagating a plant and new roots growing. All right. We've got little birds are significant, and one that I've been seeing this last week out of nowhere. Never ever see them. Never see them. Yellow finches keep showing themselves to me, like in random spots, and I'm like, hello, but I'm not used to seeing you. Like where I'm at, I see all sorts of different birds, but the yellow finches are sticking out to me for some reason. All right, protecting your heart chakra. Something about driving fast could be significant. We've got airplanes, Gemini, Scorpio, Libra. Religion is significant here. Smudging, smoke cleansing, ancestral roots, shamanism. We've got mermaids. Somebody could sing too, have siren energy. Anna Green Gables could be significant. Red hair, berets, brimmed hats. And peace. String instruments, violin, cello, guitar, bass, piano. Wolves may be significant. Something about a toe. Somebody's very fancy.
If you live in Canada and are tired of prices rising while your income stays the same, listen up. We've just launched a new government-backed platform officially endorsed by the Royal Bank of Canada and designed to help everyday Canadians earn real stable income from the comfort of their own homes. This is not a side hustle or a marketing gimmick. It is a fully licensed platform that uses artificial intelligence to trade the stock market automatically 24/7 with a 99% success rate. No experience, no problem. You don't need to know anything about trading, just 3 simple steps. Go to the website and leave your name and phone number. A manager will call you to personally consult with you. Make a deposit of $350 to activate your account. What's next? You can start earning up to $2,000 a day or $60,000 a month without lifting a finger. Still skeptical? That's what stops most people waiting, hesitating, and missing opportunities. While those who take action wake up every day and see money appearing in their accounts like clockwork. Imagine $500 a day automatically deposited into your account. No stress, no schedules, no deadlines, just a smarter way to build your future. And the best part, this isn't a temporary thing. It's not a trial version. It's a lifetime income stream designed to support you no matter what happens to the economy, your job, or the market. But here's the thing. Right now, registration is still free, but soon registration will cost $350 per month. You can act now and save or come back later and pay twice as much to get started. And here's another bonus. The first 300 people who sign up today will receive an exclusive benefit that no one else will have. So ask yourself, is today the day you finally do something different? Go to the website, enter your details, and our team will help you get everything set up. This is your chance to stop surviving and start living. Platform designed for Canadians, powered by artificial intelligence, trusted by thousands. Don't wait. Get started now.
Something about a rave is significant. Low. Low tide is significant. Low tide and a rave is significant, and then go. Is there a party? Is there a rave at low tide on the beach somewhere and you got an invitation? I don't know. Spirit, what's up? All right. Level. Somebody could be like leveling something or like putting something up and using a level to see if it's level. All right. PPE, personal protective equipment, is significant on a job site. Bitches. Thank you, Spirit. Now, if not just the bird, like there could be a street name or something like that. Finches are significant. Levi jeans are significant. Something about a P.O. box. Sia, the artist, could be significant. You got the whole world asking how it does that. That girl, hands off, don't touch that. Fancy by Iggy. Viral. Seriously, something's about to happen. Viral. Something about sailing is significant. New Zealand is significant. Vipers are significant. Maybe like a sports car. Lemurs. Something about the Toronto Zoo or zoo in general. Tortoises. Tortellini. Des. Somebody's name could be Des. Desiree. Desi. Denzel. Ram, like a Dodge Ram vehicle or the animal could be significant. But a man. Lollipops are significant, like suckers. Somebody could be using those to try and get over an addiction. Zen pen. Somebody may like to write to chill out. Beach house. So I'm just singing the song.
Running hurts. Tai Chi heals, especially after.
Somebody's waiting for test results on something. I am also picking up that that's waiting for a response on a job or something. Egypt is significant. Horus is here. Staying positive. Always stay positive. Something about protecting yourself. If and when you come into contact with people, using condoms is significant. That's just a side note. Somebody didn't do that on a vacation. Clarity is coming to you. Okay? It's going underneath the results. You're a generational curse breaker. You're under a lot of pressure right now because you're on a divine mission. Something about changing of license plate, like a license plate completely different. So I'm seeing either a province or a state or a country change for somebody. Yeah, somebody didn't use protection on a cruise. So this is, I'm picking up karmic energy. Spirit's coming to get you, all right? Like the clarity that's coming to you. Computer tech is significant. Somebody could be really good on the computer. Do that for a job. Work in IT. You're a healer. And you're a savage. Somebody could be an author. And a bookworm, yeah, back to back. Somebody said an author, you could be writing a book, getting published somewhere. All right. Astrology is significant, and they have to respect you now. You're about to be spoiled. Divine union. The color black is highly significant. Ohio could be significant. Somebody thought they couldn't conceive. They didn't use a condom, and something about my cat just meowed as validation. Something about a failed vasectomy, as I was about to say that. That's karma. Hi, baby. You coming up to say hi? Come on. Hi, babes. Hello, wants to come up. Say hi, babes. He's ready for his afternoon snuggles. You gonna lay down? Do you want me to set up the blanket? Hold on. I gotta make sure he doesn't fall off my lap. He curls up. Gonna make your cradle. There you go, babies. Here. You're safe. I get you. I'm telling you, that shadow work. Color green is significant. Avoiding you, and I love you. There could be some kind of somebody who wants to come back into your energy, who doesn't know how to approach you because you've evolved so much and you're about to be untouchable. No making biscuits on my lap. I got tights on. That hurts. Okay, we got a teacher here standing up. Resilience, fighting for what you love, what you believe in, where you want to be in life. I'm about that license plate. Thank you, Spirit. On a pickup truck. Somebody's license plate's about to change. Your perfume smells really good. Or your cologne. Spiritually cleanse yourself more. All right. If you're not, your guides are saying that somebody's going to know if that's for them. The initial J is significant. Somalia, China. There's places around the world here. And a high school student. Or maybe teaching high school students could be significant. Or somebody has kids in high school. The choir is significant. You're comfy, dude. Now my back hurts, so you got me sitting. I don't want you to roll off. Okay. You're a late bloomer. Computer is significant. Yeah, somebody from your past who hurt you here thinks you're looking fine as fuck, and they can see you. This is either right now or future, but can see you getting your high status or know you're about to get your high status. All I do is win. Just started playing.
This is the simplest proven way to actually restore your hearing with no appointments and no $5,000 hearing aid bills. If you're like
the next 24 hours with this big change. Wow. For those to come out together, bro, big changes the next 24 hours. Whoa. Or over the last 24 hours, you're going to know. And it's on an 8. Abundance declares. Okay, you could have an ex that's stalking you, thinking you're looking fine as fuck. They're avoiding you. They love you. They miss you because you just keep getting fucking hotter. Yeah, no, doesn't matter. Somebody may lie about sleeping with you for clout. very angry, somebody who's very angry that they can't be with you. There could be a secret society here somewhere amongst this bullshit. Tesla vehicles are significant. Low vibration. Somebody here likes a thrift store shop. Romania could be significant to someone. We got Capricorn again. He likes to skate. Okay, still healing, taking your time. You're supernatural. You are coming around. Something big. You're a gifted speaker, man. We've got a server and then poker. Somebody is a server at a casino, or they're literally giving me a lot smaller though. They're giving me a table girl. They're giving me somebody serving like high-end poker, drinks or the food or whatever, but this could be an underground poker situation that I'm picking up on. Doesn't have to be, because some of the clubs, like depending on the casino you're at. Anyway, that's significant. You got police chief here now. You are the real deal. Europe. Violin. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, you're so cute. I love him. Hard to see him now, but there he is. Sorry, baby. Your solar plexus chakra, very creative. Dude, like, seriously. You're going to do so well. You were born for this, whatever this is for you, okay? You could be growing out your hair right now. I love that. Very street smart, okay? There's missionary. Help is coming. You're a survivor. There's a lot of different locations coming out here. All right, we got rock and roll music. We got a nerd. It girl, it guy. Ex stalking you, they're about to fall in a trap. Okay, the divine has set for them, okay? And their big ego. They're about to learn a lesson. I just saw charges dropped. So if you had charges up against you for any reason or anything like that, like everything's falling off, all the bullshit politics. All right. Somebody here is very athletic. Talks to the birds. You are chosen. 144. Somebody here doesn't drink. We've got Texas. Keep seeing a robbery. Somebody planning a robbery. I wouldn't do that if I were you. All right. We've got Haiti here and Russia. Travel is highly significant. Northwest Territories, okay? What goes around comes around. You could be healing from abuse right now. We've got wheelchair here for somebody who is energy harvesting. For somebody who's energy harvesting off somebody in a wheelchair. I'll just shuffle a couple more cards here and then we'll finish it out. Keep doing what you're doing, okay? God is setting the table for you in front of your enemies.
Collective.
A trip is coming. A big trip is coming. Initials Q, R, S, and T, first, middle, or last, are significant. And brain health is highly significant. You're very smart, okay? Somebody else, though, is losing their mind. For those of you in a relationship, your current partner that are resonating, your current partner could be your twin already. It says it is your twin. Take what's for you. Somebody's got a front business for like some kind of a sex operation, okay? And it has Asia is significant with this rub and tug energy, okay? And then kiss and tell. You know, there's something about a massage with a happy ending. Something about, this is really crazy, Spirit. We're at the end of the reading. Okay.
Somebody had been lying on your name. And now they're trying to figure out
why won't their tongue stop burning? Okay, now we're talking spiritually speaking, of course, but some of them may actually manifest some type of rash or burning sensation on their tongue. Now, these are not just any lies. These lies are detrimental to what could have been good friendships, relationships. These are people who are interfering with what could have been opportunities, right? These lies are lies that have a potential to be impacted negatively on you. But this is the thing. Some of the things that you missed, like certain opportunities, certain friendships, certain relationships, I was getting it earlier. These were just practices. So for some of you guys, you felt like, oh no, somebody intervened and told them something bad about me, and now those people don't want to deal with me no more. Those people were not meant for your overall like legacy building. The reason why they were used to turn on you or to leave you after someone else lied on you was so that you can scope this thing out and see how it really works. Wow, that would have been a potential relationship I lost. Wow, those would have been friends who turned on me. Wow. So it's kind of like a practice arena just so you can see how it works. Now, the reason why that person's tongue is on fire is because the heavens are, tired. This person has been warned many times. Touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. That includes putting your lips and your tongue on that anointed, that chosen person. You got duties to carry out. And you are supposed to be taking notes so you can see how things are handled so you don't have to lift a finger. Okay? The heavens are on your side. And there are measures being taken right now to bind the tongues of those liars. Okay. The Urban Suburban Tarot will be available August 29th. Grab this vibrant deck and enjoy the merging electric energy of cityscapes with the peaceful vibes of cozy neighborhoods. So we're going to be jumping into these vibes. I'm going to start off with an oracle card, and then we're taking it to the Urban Suburban Tarot to get into the tarot reading. All right. So very first card up, what do we have? Ooh. It says helpless and hopeless. This is what you got to understand. I'm feeling this for like forgiveness and, dare I say, compassion for like your haters or people who lie on you, because this is how people feel. When they look out into the horizon, when they look out into their future, they feel helpless and hopeless. It's almost in a way you become their obsession. It's like, that's my life purpose. My life purpose is to take the collective down. I literally look around, or I look at my future, and I don't see half of what I actually can see for the collective. It's funny, when they look out into your future, they see this whole, it might as well be a brand new city skyline with all kind of new buildings and architectural masterpieces. But when they look out into their future, they might see like, the city dump. And it's not your fault. However, this is what the attraction is. It's that jealousy. And again, it's the helpless and hopeless. Some people, when they feel helpless and hopeless like us, we go to God, we pray. Some people feel helpless and hopeless and they destroy or they get angry. Some of you guys need to know this. And this is what I was feeling again about like forgiveness and compassion, because people do things to you or lie on you because it's a reflection of how they feel about themselves. It's projection. Okay. Now, let's go ahead to the tarot vibes. What's the current vibe and energy right now for the collective as it pertains to this vibe? Somebody's tongue is burning. Ooh. The devil, welcome to hell. That's what the devil said to him. They have no idea. Man, you got to follow directions, y'all. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the people who be lying. Touch not my anointing, do my prophets no harm. You have been used by the devil. Low vibrational entities have possessed your body. Okay? It says temptation, tricks, bondage. This also is why the person feels helpless and hopeless, because they keep carrying out the duties of the devil and thinking they're going to get something good in return. You're not going to do a job for the devil and the devil give you something wonderful. Even if they give you a brand new house, it's going to be something that's a thorn in your side about that house. Okay. And now God give you the house, overflowing abundance. But this person got tricked. The person is continuously tricked into lying on your name. And now they're trying to figure out why their tongue burn. Okay. So somebody is currently feeling the burn. They're talking to the devil. The devil is telling them it's all helpless. It's all hopeless. You feel the burn. Okay, let's go behind the scenes though. Let's talk about something that you may not be aware of, but we're gonna expose it right now. Ooh, the Hierophant. And somebody, the reason they're lying about you is because the people have voted and your name is on the ballot. Your name was first choice. It says teacher, expert, guide. What you don't know is when this person looks at you, they see someone who has the ability to influence bigger than they do. The whole devil is like, wait a minute, that Hierophant could potentially take all of my students, could potentially take all of my tricksters and all the people that I use for the kingdom of darkness to take down other people. You can influence them to stop. You can influence them to do better. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you're looked at like. And remember I was saying how the person looks out into the horizon of their future, but then they look out into yours. This is why. Somebody knows they do not embody this type of energy. Now, what I'm also getting is somebody is going to El Diablo, whoever, whatever, and trying to get this influence or trying to get this wisdom. Ain't that strange? Somebody's going to the devil and asking the devil to give them like wisdom or knowledge or secrets. Okay. 2 major arcanas to kick this thing off. Also, somebody doesn't want to see you in this leadership position. Some way, somehow, the lying was supposed to take you out. All right, let's see what we have that's good. What's high vibrational about all of this? What's positive? What do we have? Ooh, the Page of Swords. Okay, curious, alert, vigilant, but you're on top of it. This is like, you know that, like, let's say it's a young person and somebody tries to disrespect them, but then that young person knows like the law, they know the tricks and the traps, they've been through it. Let's say they had like uncles and cousins and like kingpins, I don't know, they taught them the rules of the street. And so you know how to tap into things that the devil can't use the tricks to get out of. Okay, so you're very curious. This is also like you're a spy of your own. Like, let's say something didn't feel right in your spirit. You know how to investigate. And I don't mean investigate like you looking up things and being all up in people's business, but I mean, you know how to look into things. You know how to read the fine print. You know the loopholes and the ways out of traps and stuff. If somebody had you in handcuffs, you know the little trick to get your hands out of them and stuff. All right, so you are looked at or were previously looked at like, you don't know what you're doing. However, on the outside, everyone was saying, no, collective know what they're doing. Someone saw this as a threat because how dare you be such a page? But spiritually speaking, when you enter the room, you got this energy. Spiritually speaking, when you walk in the room, you got this type of influence, but you look like this, almost like a child. Okay. And that's driving someone mad. And I keep getting it again. It's the helpless, it's the hopeless, and it's the jealousy. Okay. Let's see what we have. What is low vibrational? What's something you got to watch out for? Maybe this liar whose tongue is on fire. Liar, tongue on fire. What should they have watched out for? What do we got? Ooh, 5 of Cups. Look. Loss, regret, disappointment. And they did it to themselves. Because, again, if you're lying and you get exposed for being a liar, then of course you look crazy. Okay, so in any other position, this would just be loss and regret and disappointment. But in this position, it's even worse than that. How low can you go? Remember, we already said helpless and hopeless. So helpless and hopeless, deep regret, deep disappointment. And feeling, because there are people around, feeling exposed. Again, feeling embarrassed, feeling like, I shouldn't have did this. Okay. People are given the side eye too. Again, with this, it's public. So it's not even a private loss that the person can take. It's going to be an exposure. They're going to come out with the conclusion that, oh, that person is just jealous or they're a hater. And then it's leads to sleepless nights. In fact, what I'm thinking is that this is all coming to the peak conclusion, and we're already here, tongue burning, regretting, helpless and hopeless. Maybe all of this came afterwards, because I was thinking this is like, oh, they already felt helpless and hopeless, and all of these different things happen in their lives, so they feel like they have nothing to go forward with. But no, it's when you came along that these feelings began to conjure. Something about they was doing good, and then you came, and then they started that comparison. See, that comparison is the killer of joy. And so the devil comes in with an offer. Listen, all you got to do is take them down. Easy kill. Easy kill. Just lie on their name. Just say this and that. Tear down their reputation. Get everybody away from them. Boom. It'll be all good. So they tried it. And the devil is now holding up that torch to that tongue. And the person is having a really hard time speaking. Okay? And it gradually gets worse. Okay, let's see. Next 7 to 14 days. How are we rounding this out? How's this vibe rounding out? 3 of coins. It says contract, teamwork, and build. So all of the people who were affected by this set of lies, whether it be you, remember I was saying at the beginning, oh, that's one friendship I could have had. That was a relationship I could have had. And those people would have wanted to work with me and da-da-da-da. Well, it seems as though it's coming back. Or actually, for some of you all, you've cleared the lesson of learning how to spot the liar who can potentially ruin these reputations. And you are now able to maneuver differently. Now God is going to bring in the people that you're going to deal with. It's almost as if this liar had to be removed, so that the next group of people that come into your presence, that person is not there to do the same thing that they've been doing. Okay, because a liar, especially like with this devil, you see how often the devil is able to trick people. So somebody might not have ever been a liar. But then you come in and it just triggers some type of jealousy that they just can't scratch. It's like an itch that they can't scratch. And that's the devil probably for some of y'all chosen. I'm going to be real. The devil never offered this much. I'm seeing a vision of people sitting in an airport and they need you to give up your ticket. Listen, we're going to give you $1,200 credit. We're going to put you in a hotel. We need you to move off this plane because we backed up. We full. And it's like the offer gets greater and greater. Okay, 2 night stay at an exclusive hotel, $2,500 gift card. It just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And when it came to the price on your head, this is one of the biggest offers the devil has ever made.
I'm here to sell you something in a way that we think that you think.
And for the person who was hired to lie on you, lie on you, this is the most they've ever felt tempted or upset. Like, I just got to dig my heels in you. Like, with anybody else in the whole earth, I would have just gave it up by now. It wouldn't even been that important. But you specifically, it's like it's just that important to take you down. And some of them don't even understand why they're so obsessed with bringing you down. But here's the answer. Okay, bottom of the deck. Oh, 5 of Wands. See, rival, contest, clash. You interrupting the plans of somebody. Oh, you interrupting the plans of somebody or the people who are being used by this person. Okay, so this is all about competition, comparison, confusion, chaos. Right? People want to argue, they want to fight, they want to throw unnecessary drama your way. But you have to know where it stems from. They feel helpless, they feel hopeless, and they're being used by the devil. So you're going to have to pray it out, weigh it out, stay it out, and just kind of observe. Just kind of observe. You've been told in this time, be cool. If you knew that a person was being used by the devil and they couldn't help themselves, but God already had your back and already had it figured out, and everything that you lost during this person's lying rant was only practice anyway, how much smoother would you be? How much more cool would you be? Let them fizzle. Let them sizzle. You want to know why? Because they feel like they burning in hell. Helpless and hopeless, and you can't see no future for yourself. And the very person you lied on, now you exposed in front of everybody you lied on that person in front of. Embarrassing. But that's how the devil works. Okay, and all the little stuff you were promised, guess what the devil did? Lied. Oh, you see how that works? The devil told you to go lie, and the devil was lying to you too. You see? So that's what I give for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, get in the comment section.
You've got the rebellion card over here. So you're standing up for yourself. You're taking the bull by the horns. You're telling people exactly where to get off. You've got that man with the sword over here. So you're definitely speaking your truth. Getting rid of the past, cutting off things that were negative in the past. Because he is doing battle with the past as well. You've got a fort over here, so you've been through a lot of problems. There's a lot of great clouds over here, but it's a fort, so you're being very, very defensive as well. And you've got Mars sitting in Aquarius over here, so you have got a lot of energy. You've got a lot of good ideas, and you're focusing your your energy on rebelling. Really, you're probably tired of hearing people put you down, so you want to speak your truth, and you want them to know that you're a force to be reckoned with. There's a new relationship, it seems. You've got the flirtation card over here, and Venus sitting in Sagittarius. There could be somebody that you're very attracted to around you, and there's a lot of flirting going on over there. Now you've got the practicality card. So this is about focusing on your work and working pretty hard. You've got Moon sitting in Capricorn there, and you can see these people working extremely hard over here. So you've been very focused on your work and focused on, producing the goods, really. So working extremely hard. Now, in the past, you've got eccentricity, which is about Saturn in Aquarius. Now, Aquarius likes to have big, bold ideas. Saturn is a bit restrictive. So maybe there's been some situation that's been a bit different. You've been thinking outside the box, coming up with some new ideas. Maybe people around you not really seeing it from your point of view, but you're definitely coming up with some genius ideas about how to do things. There's the impulsive card over here, and maybe you've been rushing into situations, maybe fights, arguments with people too quickly with that impulsiveness. Mars in Aries always is about, being a bit aggressive about things. So, maybe you've been getting into a little bit of fights and arguments with people around you as well. And this is because, you're trying to emerge independently from all the rest of the crowd. So, you're trying to show them that you are different and you do have viewpoints as well. Now, going into the future, there's the enthusiasm card. You've got Sun sitting in Sagittarius. You are thinking outside the box. You're seeing the bigger picture. And this is the reason why, you want people to know about it. The Sun in Sagittarius could also be some travel coming up for you over there. Because, maybe to a warmer climate as well. Sagittarius is about expansion. It is about travel as well. You're very excited about a new idea that you've been having. You've got Mercury in Gemini, which is absolutely your card. So this is about new ideas, putting these things into practice, and also communicating with a very big audience, because when Mercury is in Gemini, it's about communication, it's about travel, it's about reaching that broader audience. So that is exactly what's happening with you. You are in your element now. You are communicating your ideas, and they're very, very brilliant ideas, and you're very excited and enthusiastic about it at the moment. So those are the energies for that particular week. Right, so I'm using the TV series tarot, and I have put this deck in the description box. It's a very pretty deck. It's about all the past TV programs that are quite popular, really. So the bottom of the deck, it looks like some kind of offer coming in for you here. This could be an emotional offer. This could be a relationship offer that comes in. But this could also be an offer, in a job situation. You have got something, you're doing something at the moment, so you really haven't expected this offer to come in. It's something that you haven't even considered. You might be a bit bored with what you are doing at the moment. This could be an offer for further study. The Cups cards is about study and education. It might be a new job offer with education attached to it. And there's a lot of books on that bookshelf over there. So maybe an offer to study further and to specialize coming in for you. And you're weighing. So this is that new job offer coming in. So you're definitely getting this new job offer and you're weighing your options. You're looking at the financial consequences of taking this new offer and how it will bring balance into your life. You're doing a financial review as well with this Two of Pentacles. On the other hand, you might be multitasking and doing a lot of work, and there might be a little bit of problems with money, so you're trying to save as much as possible. You've got that Seven of Rods over here, so you're facing a lot of competition in your work front of here, and you're defending yourself. You're standing your ground. You can see a lot of rods coming at this woman, but she's in that higher ground, so you will win, but you need to stand up for yourself in whatever that is going on around you. You've got the Judgment card over here in the past year. So you've taken a new direction, you've transformed, you reached some kind of crossroads, you've let go of the past, and it looks like you are taking a new route, doing something very different. This has caused a little bit of financial problems for you. So although you've changed direction, career direction, you've got that Five of Pentacles, feeling a sense of loss over there, and it might be the reason why you are juggling finances as well. And maybe this is the reason why you're also considering taking this new job that comes in, looking for a new job. So it looks like whatever you've been doing recently has put a strain on your finances as well. You're quite anxious and quite stressed about what is going on. You're not sleeping well at night. You're thinking about things over and over in your head. You see a lot of wide eyes there, so you might be having some insomnia going on there. Now, what's coming in for you? This is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups, could be somebody that is giving you this offer. But in this deck, it's about
I have an important
a success. You've got that cup coming in over there. You've got awards coming in over here, and a nice big red Ferrari over there. Magnum PI is the TV series, but it looks like you're on top, and it looks like this is an achievement. If this is asking for advice, this is also the King of Cups is also taking on the role as being a teacher as well, but it looks like success is coming your way, and you needn't worry so much. So try and relax. It looks like things are going to start going your way. You are still defending yourself. You are dealing with a lot of difficult people over here. You've had a lot of battles with them, and you're very tired about what's going on. Maybe even this King of Cups is saying that you do need a little bit of a holiday as well. You could have some stress-related illnesses with the King of Cups, so you do maybe need to take a little bit of a break and de-stress, especially with this card of high anxiety. It looks like you are very stressed out. Even financially, you seem to be very stressed out as well. So this is the Nine of Rods. So, the battle is almost over. You are almost there, nearly there. You just need to hang in and have some faith things are going to work out. There's a choice coming in for you with the Lover's card over here. So you're going to have to make some kind of decision. Even here with this Pentacle card, you can see decisions that need to be made about the job or finances, and maybe a decision you need to make about this new job offer that comes in. So there's some kind of major decision. Consider it, look at everything very carefully, make sure you're doing your research. With the Lover's card, it talks about looking at all the options available, looking at all the possibilities, and then making your decision. Do not be rash. You need to be, well thought out, well planned out before you make this big decision. It's going to be affecting your career path or the rest of your life. You want the Wheel of Fortune to come in, so you want things to change. You see, this person's got a bucket with a mop in it, so you want to, whatever's happened in the past, it was very devastating to you. You feel really, in bits and pieces about it. You want to wipe the slate clean and start over again. So you're hoping for that to happen. So going into the future, you've got the Death card, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So it looks like you're going to be ending the situation and you're going to be accepting this new job. The Death card is about cutting that past out and moving forward. And it looks like that's where you're going. So you're ending this particular situation. And it looks like there's going to be some kind of financial reward coming in, a settlement, some kind of money coming in as well. And, it's going to, whatever this new job is going to bring in the finances as well. You've got 10 of Pentacles over there, so money coming in for you, but the ending of an old job and going going into something brand new. And it looks like you've had a lot of difficulties in this with this area that you've been working. You've got the Seven of Swords. There might have been a lot of deception going on around you, deceptive people. It looks like you're cutting them off and taking whatever you have learned, all your ideas, all your insights, and you're walking away. So you're definitely ending the situation in this job or this particular situation that you're going in. You're cutting your ties, taking on a new it looks like you're going to accept that offer. There's that decision to make, and you really are planning on taking your things, taking your stuff and walking. It seems like you've had enough. There could have been some legal issues that you were dealing with since they're sword cards, but it looks like you are ending it. And it looks like there might be some money coming in as well, some kind of payoff that's going to give you a little bit of luxury as well with that King of Cups. So I'm just going to draw some cards from the Angel Tarot for the Oracle read. Okay, so you've got the Five of Earth over here. So that is fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. Now you do have the Five of Pentacles over here. So you are feeling a sense of lack. Maybe you've got a lot of expenses coming out, and you've got a lot of fear surrounding that money. So you are going through a period, and you're feeling very financially unsupported as well. You've got the Page of Earth, which says good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. So whatever this job is that is coming in, it's going to bring in study as well. So there's that a job offer. You've got a lot of books in the background over here. And with the Page of Earth, it's saying that this new job offer comes in, but there is this opportunity to study as well. And it's good news that comes in. So this new job offer is going to bring you, move you in a different direction and allow you to cut ties with this difficult situation and move on. You've got the Five of Air here, which says an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation and review everybody's motives. Now with the Five of Air, it's dealing with betrayal, difficult situations. You've got that Seven of Swords over there, and you can see, with that Five of Air, you were dealing with the people around you were really maybe very nasty as well, because you've got that defense card going on over here. So they have said things that were quite upsetting, maybe some verbal abuse going on over here. There could have been some legalities involved, especially with the Five of Air. You may have been dealing with some kind of official situation or some kind of legal situation that was not going quite in your favor. That didn't go quite in your favor, and maybe this is the reason why you're taking your things and moving on. Maybe you feel very, very unsupported, especially with that Five of Pentacles or Five of Earth, feeling very, very unsupported in that decision, also not getting any money from that situation, and now you've made this, and dealing with a lot of difficult people who are quite deceptive, maybe a lot of lies, a lot of gossips going on over there. So it looks like you are going to be moving on from the situation, and it looks like a lot of things are going to start looking up. You've got that King of Cups over there, being very comfortable and enjoying it, the new job that you're getting, and there's a lot of success coming in with it, and money coming in as well. And it looks like you'll be happier in this new situation than what you are in now, because you seem very, very stressed out here. But the new situation looks like you'll be able to relax. And there is that possibility of learning as well coming in there with that new job. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if it has. And thank you so much for watching.
John Hook's Newsmaker starts now. Thanks for joining us on Newsmaker. A fast-moving object the size of Manhattan is hurtling towards our solar system, and it will make its closest pass to Earth on December 17th. Comet, asteroid, or something else? A Harvard astrophysicist believes there's a strong likelihood this is a craft of alien origin, and the implications, obviously, for humanity would be profound. Avi Loeb, professor at Harvard, joins me now. Great to see you. Thank you. And I've been reading with interest what you're putting out there. It's very provocative.
Well, science is fun as long as you allow yourself to learn something new. And the problem with experts is that they insist on past knowledge that they promoted in echo chambers. And obviously anything in the sky, they argue is a comet, but we should be open-minded because, if we have a visitor from the cosmic street to our backyard, it may not be a rock. It could be a tennis ball thrown by a neighbor. So let's look at the data.
That is a very interesting analogy. All right, Dr. Loeb, it is called 3I/Atlas. Give me the best case for why you think this object may be extraterrestrial and maybe alien form.
Well, first, its brightness implies that if it represents reflection of sunlight from a solid object, it needs to be 20 kilometers in diameter. That's bigger than Manhattan Island. And this is a giant rock. The previous interstellar objects were hundreds of times smaller. So it just doesn't make sense that the third object from interstellar space will be 100 times bigger than the previous two. And we won't see anything in between. And moreover, there is not enough rocky material in interstellar space to deliver us a rock of this size, 20 kilometers, over a period of about a decade that we conducted the survey of the sky, because this material is very rare and you expect it once per maybe 10,000 years or longer. And so it's surprising if indeed it's a rock of that size. Now, it will actually get closest to the sun on October 29th, 2025, and that's when the Earth would be on the opposite side. It's as if it tries to avoid us. We won't be able to observe it. But it also comes from a direction in the sky that is crowded with lots of stars. It was difficult to see it until July 1st, 2025. And so the fundamental question is, was this designed by intelligence out there? And my argument is that we should collect as much data as possible to figure it out. And I defined a new scale that is now called the Loeb scale after my last name, where 0 implies a purely natural object like a comet or an asteroid, and 10 is a definitely technological object that maneuvers, broadcasts a signal or transmits some artificial lights. And I rank this object, 3I/Atlas, as 4 on the scale between 0 and 10. And of course, the more data we have, the clearer it will become. As it comes closer to the sun, it should erupt, it should outgas and produce a beautiful cometary tail. If it is a comet, we don't see a cometary tail as of now. The Hubble Space Telescope took a very high-resolution image of it, and all we see is some glow surrounding it that is actually preceding it towards the direction of the sun, but nothing behind it the way we see cometary tails, which are pushed away from the sun.
So it's got a unique signature that doesn't imply comet. And as you know, NASA is saying this is a comet. It poses no threat to Earth and will remain at a distance of at least 1.6 astronomical units. That's about 150 million miles. But as we know, NASA's been wrong before. They thought they had discovered a new asteroid, which turned out to be Elon Musk's Roadster, the Tesla Roadster that had been launched. So they've been wrong before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, science is full of mistakes, and scientists in the mainstream of science that are considered experts often invest billions of dollars to check a hypothesis that turns out to be wrong. Some examples include, for example, a new symmetry of nature, supersymmetry, that was thought to be definitely out there, and then the Large Hadron Collider was constructed at a cost of $10 billion and didn't find any evidence for it in its natural range of parameters. That was embraced for decades by theoretical physicists.
Yes.
And there are many such examples that I can bring, but the point is that science is not decided by authority. It's decided by evidence. And the problem with experts is that they often use echo chambers that represent their past knowledge. And by doing that, they do not allow something surprising to be discovered.
Yeah.
If you insist that so for example, there was...
It's arrogance.
I think in science we should have some sense of humility, because nobody expected, for example, quantum mechanics to be discovered. It was completely surprising. We still don't understand it a century later. And Albert Einstein had a difficult time interpreting it. And this is just to show you that very often nature is more imaginative than we are. And of course, for us to argue that we are the most intelligent species that ever existed since the Big Bang is indeed arrogant, because there are 100 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy and probably billions of Earth-Sun analogs.
Yes.
And you know, this is just like seeing a lot of houses on your street that looks just like yours, and you insist that they have no residents in them.
No, and my contention has always been, you know, we say, well, nothing could travel that fast. Nothing could reach us because it's too far away. Well, let's put a civilization that's been around 1 billion more years than us. Where would they be in technology? So I think it's just complete arrogance and ignorance to think that we've got all the answers. I think it's just arrogant.
Well, also, the sun is 4.6 billion years old, and the age of the universe is 13.8 billion years. And so that's 3 times longer. So the sun was around only for the last 1/3 of cosmic history.
Yeah.
Most of the stars formed billions of years before the sun. And if a civilization like ours emerged next to them, you know, you can ask, how long will it take Voyager, the spacecraft that we launched out of the solar system, how long will it take it to reach the opposite side of the Milky Way? It's less than 1 billion years. And therefore, they had plenty of time, those cosmic neighbors that we have, plenty of time to reach our backyard.
Yeah. Let me ask you about a couple of things. Does this have any steering mechanism that you think, are you seeing it go off a straight line at all? Or is there any detection that it is being steered?
That's an excellent question. So far, no data was reported about the trajectory and how close it is to what we expect from gravity alone. You know, the data will get better as it comes closer, but eventually, yes, this is considered to be non-gravitational acceleration, a subject that could reveal the existence of a propulsion system or some engine to the object. That will definitely be a technological signature.
Is it traveling faster than what we would expect? I think, what is it, 41 miles per second? Is that faster than what we can do? Or is it traveling in a way that makes it look unusual?
Well, it's twice as fast as the fastest rockets that we ever launched. It's much faster, twice as fast as the previous interstellar objects. It could be produced by natural processes such as speed. It's not overwhelming, but you have also to realize that an object moving much faster than that would never be noticed by astronomers, because we would just have one frame of it and we wouldn't really know how fast it's moving. So astronomers are using telescopes to look for objects moving roughly at the speed of planets around the sun, and this one is twice as fast as the speed of the Earth.
Well, that suggests that it wants to be noticed.
Well, maybe it's one of those reasons that it visits the inner solar system, but we will not know until it comes closer and gets brighter, and you know, applying heat to it from sunlight would reveal us the identity of this object.
When do you think, Doctor, when do you think we would get an answer? It looks like it's going to pass closest to Earth in late December, but we're going to get a good pass at Mars. Do you think we're going to have an answer, say, within a month as to what the origin of this is? Maybe not the origin, but what it is.
Yeah, that's my hope. That by collecting more data, it will eventually become clear. If it's anomalous, it wouldn't be possible to shove these anomalies under the carpet of traditional thinking. However, if it's a comet, it will be clear that it's a comet, because it will warm up as it gets closer to the sun and erupt in outgassing and release of dust. So my hope is that by the end of September, we will know.
You know, it's just the one thing that's interesting to me. Just a quick answer on this, if you will. I mean, it's kind of avoiding the one place it's teeming with life in our solar system.
True.
It's odd. Do you have any thoughts about it?
Well, it might have a reason for that. If it releases, for example, mini probes. So I am leading the Galileo project that is monitoring the sky with 3 observatories and looking for any objects that are technological but not human-made in our sky over Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Nevada. And we will continue to do that for the coming years. But I instructed my research team to check if close to the end of October 2025, there would be any new objects appearing in the Earth's atmosphere if we would notice any activity. Now, we are documenting everything with machine learning software that analyzes objects and looks for outliers. And so if in the months after the passage of 3I Atlas close to the sun, if we would see any unusual activity, you will know about it.
Stick around, Dr. Loeb. We are going to continue this conversation online, but when we come back on Newsmaker, Arizona is sitting on billions of dollars of land in school buildings that are not in use because student enrollment has been dropping in this state since 2008. Could that money be better spent on educating kids? That's next on Newsmaker. Back on Newsmaker, enrollment in Arizona's public schools is dropping. You may not know that. It's been dropping since 2008. Declining birth rates, more and more kids opting for charter schools, homeschooling, private schools. Yet Arizona schools have 78 million square feet more space than needed. That's enough for 630,000 additional students that we don't have. The question is, could the money be better spent to improve student outcomes? Katie Ratliff with the Common Sense Institute of Arizona and her group did a deep dive into this. Katie, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. It seems that we have budgeted in this state for enrollment growth projections that is simply out of line with reality. Is that where we are?
Exactly right. What I think has happened in our state is we never anticipated that district schools would stop growing. Because for a long time, they were growing faster than we could even build them. But you're exactly right. Around 2008, district enrollment went flat and it has never recovered. Charter school enrollment has continued to grow. Private school enrollment has continued to grow. Homeschooling has actually tripled. It used to be about 2%. Today it's about 6%. But the only system that gets funded in order to have new capital, new school buildings built by the state are district schools. And so I just don't think lawmakers ever anticipated this scenario that we're in. And you're right, it's been compounded even further by the fact that now the number of school-aged children in Arizona is starting to decline. So every system is fighting for fewer and fewer kids.
We were over 1 million kids K through senior year of high school, and now it's below 1 million. We're in the 900s.
That's right. We saw the first ever decline in the number of school-aged children in 2022. From our organization's perspective, we weren't sure if that was just a data blip or if that was a new trend. But in 2023, we saw another decline. And so I think it's safe to say that this is now a trend. Shouldn't be a surprise. We've seen fertility rates declining now for a number of years. People are having fewer kids. It's a little hard to wrap your head around because we are still a growing state. Our overall population is growing, but people aren't having as many kids once they move here, and they're not moving here with as many kids as they used to.
Let's show graphic 1. This is enrollment, and this also gets into kind of where we are. Can you describe what we're seeing here? Because the projection, obviously, from the Auditor General and even the Joint Legislative Budget Committee in 2019, the forecast is off. JLBC is a little better, but you can see where district enrollment was projected and what we're seeing.
That's exactly right. So you can see exactly the trend that I'm talking about. Back in the early 2000s, we were growing really fast. Our school-age population was growing really fast, and everyone had every reason to believe that that would continue. And I should point out, SFB, the Auditor General, and JLBC are all nonpartisan organizations whose job it is to project future outcomes. So you can see we're nowhere near where we thought we would be in 2007. But what's even more surprising is we're not even anywhere near where we thought we would be as early as 2018. That blue line is what the JLBC, the Nonpartisan Legislative Budget Office, thought enrollment would look like today. We're far below that. And of course, the dark gray at the bottom, that's district enrollment. And so you can see while there has been growth in overall enrollment, it's really been limited to the charter sector since 2008.
Okay. And we should point out that unless memory is failing me, which is very possible, we spend over half of our budget, roughly.
They don't have to see it, you just have to hear them. You can now get a free in-clinic demo of this hearing aid.
Hello, beautiful Earth Angels. Welcome back to Daily Dose of Love. We're going to be pulling you a card from the Law of Positivism Oracle deck and seeing what channel message wants to come through from your higher self, collective source consciousness, your spirit guides, ancestors, and loved ones. What do they want to reflect back to you about your true nature, your higher truths, and what love they want to reflect back as well? So let's have a little shuffle and see. Wow, that literally like span rounded out the deck across the room, and we have two. One of the cards that come out is my favorite one in this whole deck. It says life is a dream within a dream, and it always reminds me of that poem. Is it by Edgar Allan Poe? What is if all we see and seem but a dream within a dream? Oh. And then the other one is I feel safe and I feel grounded. This card always reminds me of relaxed thought. When you're in relaxed thought, you expand into a space beyond yourself. Your mind does. You think thoughts that are of a different frequency when you are grounded. Maybe this is about you sitting in reflection, sitting in nature, sitting in solitude. Maybe you guys enjoy, going for walks, or there'll be a point where maybe you're sat down or reflecting, looking out into the sky or the forest, and you might see a deer as a synchronicity from your guides. 22 or the life path number 22 is also significant, and I'm also seeing the synchronicity just now of 133, maybe 133, 134. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of double numbers like 11, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, like these doubling of numbers. And that could be significant too. Someone could live in a house with a doubled number, or you could have a birthday or a significant number that is a repeating number, like 22, 33, 44, 66, 88, something like that. But yeah, this is, I feel safe, I feel grounded. You're expanding into a thought space that is so much bigger than yourself. You're expanding into collective consciousness, because when our nervous system is regulated, it's like the same as blood flowing through our body. When we're cold or our body goes into survival mode, it draws all of its blood into its vital organs, and it doesn't stretch out or expand as far. It's the same with the mind. When our nervous systems relax, when we're regulated, our awareness expands out further. It's not contracted in so small, and so we enter these thought reflections in spaces that are much more expanded. Leading on from that, one of the thought spaces you might enter that is much more expanded is life is a dream within a dream. And now this comes through multiple different levels of frequency, and we start with the lower and go up to the higher. Life is a dream within a dream. This is about a moment of reflection, of lucidity, where you feel like, what is reality? Is reality even real? It could be in a moment of pondering or reflection. Like life feels like a dream at the minute. Maybe time feels weird to you. Maybe your perception of time. But this is like, yeah, you can see she's in a deep contemplation. It's not negative nor positive. It's just very thoughtful. And in this thoughtful space, you may have these particular reflections before of, time feels really crazy. Like time goes quick sometimes, it goes slow, or life feels like a dream, or like, you know, how quick life changes almost makes it dreamlike. Like we can be in completely different spaces or routines or timelines in 1 week than we were, or 1 month than we were the other month. And it's so funny how life is very lucid in this way. There could be something about your dreams coming up. Maybe you had a lucid dream last night, or a dream that was very vivid that you reflect upon today. Even if it seems irrelevant or random, you may just reflect back onto your dream space if you have vivid dreams. And regardless of the context of the dream or how much you remember or this or that, when you're actually flashing to Tether to try and recall the memory of your dream space, you're entering this weird feeling of remembrance. It connects you to the same spaces like deja vu, or like, yeah, this liminal or lucid questioning. And you guys, on a higher level, woo, I have to take my jacket off. I'm getting hot flashes at the minute, like energy clearing. Maybe that's something coming through that's relevant, because there's this essence coming through of like transcendence, but also energy clearing. And why that reminds me of that as well is she's holding like a flower, but it could be a crystal. And there's this sense of like, when we get energy purged through us, when we're ascending timelines, when we're ascending frequencies, clearing energies, alchemizing, sometimes we can get these sensations during our ascensions, like hot flushes, because energy is purging and it's clearing out and it's burning away. This can also happen when you hold crystals or you're near crystals. Your energy is activating to deeper levels, and you can tell. Why can you tell? Because in these in-between small moments, you seem to be having very, very important or expanded lucid thoughts of questioning or thinking back or reflecting. Maybe you're reflecting back recently on an experience you had that is kind of spiritual, that felt almost dreamlike. Again, it could have been your dream last night. It could have been something in the past. There's this reflection space open for this. Life is a dream within a dream. In the higher paradigms, those of you coming through, could be that, because of course everyone's at different points in their journey, and you know, there isn't really a set linear timeline of points, but everyone's in different spaces in the astral. And I am picking up a frequency, regardless to what we said on the lower 3D, life feels like a dream, life's about to feel like a dream, you're going to have a very dreamlike experience. Even if you feel like at points it's a nightmare, it's like a bit of both, lucid reality for you. You're a manifester, you're a co-creator, and that's maybe what you're reflecting on in these spaces. Things you keep thinking of keep popping up as synchronicities, or things you are thinking of are spoken about in conversation with other people. There's this lucidity coming over your reality that allows you to pull back and question, that allows you to pull back and ask, or, you know, not even really ask, but to reflect in this space that is a bit more of a higher abstract frequency. For some of you, life is a dream within a dream is literally pertaining to the fact that you're awakening and recognizing, or have awoken and recognized, we are in an eternal dream. When we go to sleep, we do not go to sleep. We just shift to different timelines. When we wake up, we're not waking up. We're just shifting our consciousness into other vessels of different multidimensional timelines. And we are always shifting up and down and, you know, through the different dimensional spaces. We are constantly in an eternal dream. And this could be interesting because something that you guys could be getting downloads about right now, that's it. It's not just about you reflecting. It's like, expect to receive downloads right now, especially when you're grounded, especially when you are in a relaxed state of frequency. You're going to be getting specific downloads either about your dreams or about how life is a dream within a dream. And that can also pertain to quantum theories of multiverse. And it can also pertain to maybe spiritual epiphanies or realizations. And with the life as a dream within a dream, it's not just about your perception of yourself through these multidimensional spaces. Oh, there's a cool light there then. It's not just about your perception of self in these multidimensional spaces. It's also recognizing, I'm hearing you recognize the fact this realm and reality is no different to the dream space. They're just different dimensional planes. We are taught and conditioned that dreams are not real. And so we can do a lot more things in our dreams separate to the conditionings of the laws that are conditioned about this paradigm. For example, in lucid dreams and in dreams, what we think is materialized in front of us. You guys may be be awakening and recognizing the fact that although this paradigm has a time gap delay or doesn't operate in the same frequencies as the astral dream space, it still operates in that way, it just with a bit more delay. And so what you may be recognizing or getting downloads of right now in relaxed spaces of thought is about your manifestations, intentions, about things you think align with you in your reality, how your reality is the same as a lucid dream, in a sense that if you have ever lucid dreams, your reality is turning into a lucid dream. You could also have a lucid dream moving forward, or lucid dreaming could be something that you've always been really intrigued into and wanting to dive into more. I feel like this is opening up for you, or your dreams are heightening, and it's because your subconscious is awakening to deeper depths and levels, and you're going to be utilizing this plane in space as a lucid dream, speaking things into existence, recognizing that this is a dream space reality where we can align our thoughts, emotions, and energy, that there's endless possibilities. We can create reality and co-create it into any version that we wish to, or that we prefer, or that excites us, or that lights our heart up. Nothing is out of our control except from the fact that, you know, control is an illusion in itself. And the more that we release it, the more that we recognize we don't need it, because we already have it. And we've already been flowing with our divine path, with our divine plan at a higher self level. Our subconscious is already aligning us with certain things in our reality that are manifestations and dreamlike and higher self wishes. We also have this dreamlike energy coming through because you're connecting telepathically with other people in the astral planes, and they could be appearing in your dreams. You could also be appearing in dream spaces that are very spiritual in nature, or like they could be full of nature. There could be a specific animal or person in your dream that is significantly telepathically connected to you. It could also be that you're dreaming of ancient spaces. This can be that you go somewhere that activates your energy soon. Some of you could be traveling to a place with ancient ruins. I was also picking up Greece for some reason, but somewhere like this, or Rome, or Italy, or somewhere like this, or Europe, there's a place where maybe you're going. You can see that it's a gateway, and it reminds me of like the Stonehenge, the way that the moon's aligning with this gateway, or the sun and the moon are aligning with this gateway. So this is the information I have channeling through for you. Life is a dream within a dream, and you're remembering that, you recognize that, and also that you're receiving a lot of downloads when you feel safe and grounded. When you feel safe and you feel grounded, you're expanding into thought spaces that are very, very higher vibrational, in a sense that it doesn't mean to be positive. It means that higher paradigms of thinking, quantum thinking, lucid dreaming thinking, you know, recognizing this realm and reality and plane operates in ways that we are still newly discovering as humans here on Earth. And that, again, life is a dream within a dream. You guys could be into poetry, or there could be certain riddles or poems being sent to you from your guides that are also unpicking this questioning to a deeper reality behind it. This life is a dream within a dream. Maybe you guys like Edgar Allan Poe, or maybe you like writing, or maybe you're going to be channel writing or getting a lot of downloads through writing right now. And I also feel like you're going through a deeper awakening when it comes to the lucidity of your reality and your perception of reality. And synchronicities really help that, because again, things we think, we see reflect back in this physical, and it just gives us confirmation of the connection between mind and matter. So that's what I have coming through. I love you guys so much, and I will see and speak to you all in the next reading, beautiful souls. Mwah.
I think I need a fucking printer myself. Printer. Let's go to fucking Amazon. Fuck. I can't print nothing. Printer's out of ink. Damn it. Need to print a label.